toxic fumes have got a hold on me. Put a haze on sunny days, bright amber when it should be green. Putting on those three-piece suits, working for their machine. Must be right, 'cause I feel wrong in t-shirts and black jeans. We're part of the cool kids club and we don't care about color ties. It's time to join the cool kids, 'cause we wear Converse and Levi's. I'm way too DIY to have you do it for me. Hold my hand to start a band for us to sell out in a week. Talking up to men in suits who make our lives routine. Drive away and forced to stay in a saturated scene. I wanna be just like me with the cool kids. I wanna sing, do the thing with the cool kids. I wanna praise and get blazed with the cool kids. I will exist and be kissed by the cool kids. I wanna rage on the stage with the cool kids. I wanna hate on the stage with the cool kids. We're part of the cool kids club and we don't care about color ties. It's time to join the cool kids, 'cause we wear Converse and Levi's. We're part of the cool kids club, so step right up and publicize. You're part of the cool kids club now, no more life of compromise. I hear you're lying about spying around. Keep telling yourself you're doing just fine. If she's an award, you've won her. Traded in for something younger. She's got your body feeling like you're back in your prime. Do you tip your hat to all that behind you? Do you turn around and drown in the black rain? Or does it all
this button.
Uh-oh.
Well, howdy, guys.
Wow.
Dude, I'm bright as fuck right now. I shouldn't have worn blue.
Oh.
Howdy, guys. How's everybody doing?
Shit, guys, where's my bass?
Very
Where
different
are these
energy.
instruments? Oh yeah, I should probably get up and see if I can fuck
Hello.
around with
And
some
look,
others.
we can actually respond at a
like
decent time.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We're
you
just
know,
hanging
it's
out
not
today,
the it's not the MacBook stream where it's fucking 2 minutes behind, or
And also,
4.
we're not trying to play songs in between stuff.
That's true.
Alan, what the fuck?
Dang it, Alan.
I'm gonna get up and move some stuff around. Possibly. I'll kind of let you guys roll at
Nice.
the beginning.
It's on the Wi-Fi's.
Wow. Well, hi, everybody.
We're just hanging out today, y'all.
Got Saznex. Is that like your own custom
No,
I keep wanting to say
I can't
bit
see
mode.
what
Who is
that
that?
emote is. I can't see what it is.
emote?
Yeah,
That
what
emote?
is
Such a boomer.
It's the generic Twitch
Ah,
It is the generic Twitch, dude.
I love it.
I know how Twitch works for sure.
I'm a big fan. Bop the boopy. Yo, yo.
Yo.
Saw, dude.
Are those all ours? Dude, we need some new emotes.
A new season.
We don't have a whole lot of spaces for them, but we can get.
How many spaces do we get?
8.
It depends on how many subs you get regularly. By the
Oh.
way, it's the first of the month. Re-up your subs.
It is the first.
Oh.
Re-up your subs.
Someone's got to
kids.
show me how to do that. I don't know how to do that because I'm a freaking boomer.
Mine re-ups like on the day I subscribed, so I was on like the 25th or something, so I just got the thing. Yeah, well, I don't think mine.
Right.
I think mine's still because I did it in the middle.
Nice.
So I think mine's still good.
Woo.
Everyone else though,
Well, hi, everybody.
So
all
for the
5 people.
For the whole, for the people watching, we're going to do something a little different. You may have noticed Chop is not. We got Ben putting up some different camera angles, so it looks pretty pro shot. Real excited about that. We're going to get the
Multicam.
the ball cam. And Chop's not here, unfortunately. Here we go. First question. Don't even have to go off it. When are you guys going to have hoodies at your shows? Oh!
yeah, Alan.
Well, we
did put them in the order, I thought, and then they're like expensive as hell
because
for us to
they're
initially drop money on.
they're in like you can buy them online, right?
Yes.
We went live with them. We just don't have them physicals.
Yeah.
Maybe in the winter, I guess, because that's when one
Turns
would
out
wear
the
and buy
merchandise
them.
inventory is difficult to maintain.
Yeah.
Well, it
So we
costs
do-
money. You
Yeah.
gotta buy it first and then sell
Yeah.
it later.
Yeah.
Hopefully you
And
sell it later.
we actually did really well at Epic. We made
Yeah.
back that initial chunk of money to spend on brand new merch and
Yeah.
then some. So look at us go.
yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for buying our stuff.
Sass is asking, did we have as much fun as the crowd did?
I-
we
I-
were jamming. We were
yeah.
jamming.
I thought I had like 10 times more fun than anybody.
Yeah. It went well, I
That's
think.
awesome.
It was
Overall.
kick ass. Yeah.
Is that our segue into Epic Debrief?
I think so. Yeah, I had a freaking blast. I always
My neck was sore the next day.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
entire
sore.
freaking
That's how you know
body.
you did it right.
Like I always feel
I
like
was gonna say something else might have been sore the next day too, but not because of the show.
Hey, yo.
Ayo. Uncounted for. Let's see, I bought both CDs since they weren't available at the. Oh, nice.
Bash
Hell
on the
yeah.
Beach in Two Rivers.
Saint Asonia. Oh yeah. You got
I'm
that
not familiar
picture
with
there.
Bash on the Beach, but that sounds like a hoot and a half, and would love to play a show.
That I love beaches and I love bashing.
Dude, sand in my guitar sounds awesome.
Or in the
We love
pedalboard?
that. It's the extra grit.
Dude, can you
brother.
imagine just like playing in the sand, just like barefoot in like your swim trunks and a bro tank? That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
That's some
Yeah,
real Jimmy
I
Buffett
suppose.
shit.
That
Just
is.
we would have to do like a metal cover of Margaritaville.
I mean, it's in D.
Yeah.
The original.
Oh, dude.
Like,
it's
we're
there.
already there.
We're halfway there. Drop D is
Cheeseburger and
bash
do
on the
fireworks?
beach would be cool. We do fireworks, and there's fireworks. We were just talking before we went live how we're gonna light illegal fireworks in our landlord's backyard, but we have to get the fireworks first.
what could go wrong?
So yeah, what could go wrong? Yeah, the landlord's even giving us a thumbs up. He loves that. What is your favorite riff song lyric that a bandmate wrote contributed? Ooh. How about we go down the line? Alan.
That's from Mom.
Ah,
Hi, Alan's mom.
hi, Alan's mom.
What is the favorite song lyric?
Yeah, Bop It a Boopy. Let's talk
Um,
offline about that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. That's a good angle, so we don't get Ben's ass. Although, if you guys want that.
I mean, you usually got to pay extra for that. Only if you sub.
Sub, and you get to see Ben's ass.
We got Ben's ass cam coming up if you sub. Alan, you were answering the question.
I'm thinking because I don't know lyrics.
Or riff.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
She did say riff.
I actually here's real talk. I did not think that No Compromise was gonna be a big banger until I heard the final mix
Sure.
that Chop did,
Yeah.
and then it like put it all into
Then it
context.
clicked.
And now, like, I still think that's my favorite song to play live.
Yeah. I
Quote me.
That's your favorite song to play live?
I'm
It's definitely top 3, if not
Yeah,
my
I'm-
favorite.
partial to that one as well.
Alan wrote that one.
I did not because, but just because of the what I think I like that one. I'm partial to that one because that one was the most work in progress. That was the one we most workshopped together.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I had any input on.
Yeah.
Yay!
Because I showed up as you guys were finishing the mixing on
Yeah,
that one.
and like a lot of the other ones, they were like pretty much kind of done.
Yeah.
And that one, that was the last one we finished, and it was the most that we all had, even like Chop, the most input we had.
Yeah.
As a band,
Biggest team effort.
and it turned out. I plugged it into like the fucking inside the rack, the power strip, or the Furman.
We have to do a whole bunch of different stuff since we're not, actually playing music this time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah,
Nice.
I guess that could be my answer until I think of another one.
Nice.
Favorite? Yeah, I mean, can I say all of them? Because I didn't write any of them so far.
You can. You are allowed to do that.
That's what I'm gonna
This is
say.
our show. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah. The one who got her, like the Costco hot dog shirt. Yeah, dude, I love that shirt. We need like more
There
meme shirts.
Was a lot of feedback on that
Yeah.
Costco shirt.
Nice.
Seemed to go down well.
Yeah. I remember after the first time we were at Epic opening up for Bad Flower, I wore my Taco Bell shirt.
Yeah.
And Jake Pagel told me he was in the crowd and he literally saw a dude hold up his phone and like zoom in as far as he could on my shirt to try to like get Google images to find it so that he could buy it. Yeah, I'm an influencer.
I like that. I want to like wear cooler stuff.
He gave me one of those shirts for my birthday.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the fun shirt.
Yeah. It's good.
It's
on brand.
There was a shirt that I almost bought right before the concert. I was at Spencer's, and it was like it looked like Ghost Rider. It was like a skeleton on fire riding a motorcycle, and it's like, sorry, I'm late. I was cranking my hog. I almost bought it. I was so close, and that was gonna be my show shirt, and I didn't do it.
My favorite version of that shirt is God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. Me with a tummy ache.
Me with a tummy ache.
Me with a tummy.
Tummy ache survivor.
Tummy Ache Survivor 2025. There's one that's really. It's a little. I don't know if it's PC, but we'll say it anyway. It's a
It's Twitch.
it's a shirt that says "Don't bully me, I'll come." That one's my favorite.
That's like,
I like that one a lot.
that's like a bumper sticker. Don't honk at me or I'll come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shirt I wore at Epic was sarcastic comment loading.
Oh, sure.
Buffering.
Nice.
Bad Flower got delivered Uber Eats late into the show about 8:30. Do we eat before shows or risk it and order food to the venue?
Ooh.
We
Usually-
ate after our set.
Yeah.
Um,
Little pansy boys.
I can't eat before I perform.
Yeah, I wasn't that hungry before.
I don't know if it's like a nerves thing or what. I just am never hungry.
I got the nerves.
That, and I wouldn't want to like load up on like a pizza and then
Right.
be full and stuffed and then go
Yeah.
run around.
You're like singing the lyrics and also just trying to not throw up. It's not
Yeah.
a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Post show pizza, like especially after like you have to be your own roadie, so you're taking all your shit off stage,
Right.
which is only like continuing to burn calories. So like those first 6 slices of pizza go down like nothing. So
An error has occurred.
What?
I don't think it's live anymore.
Ben! We were having such a lively conversation.
yeah, we'll keep going.
The stop streaming button turned red. Is that normal?
Uh-oh. technical difficulties.
Maybe.
I think. Maybe. Anyways, there was a question above that. Yeah, I still got it on YouTube.
So I don't on Twitch.
YouTube Master Race.
Hell yeah.
Ivy can still hear us. That's good.
Yay. Okay. Did it. There was a question before that. Which one was it?
What was your influence on writing Siren from Bippity Boppity Boopity?
Whoa. Well,
I know the story.
I don't think I know the story. I've like heard.
I know, I
rumblings.
guess some of it.
yeah. So yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those gender flipping songs. I actually wrote it about a dude. Yeah, careful. Ah! She almost predicted that was gonna happen.
It's Pride Month, Andrew. It's okay.
Yeah. No, it was about one of my buddies, who I felt like was essentially one of my buddies who I felt was taking advantage of me at the time.
Oh.
And I just flipped it around so that it sounded like a girl, so that I could disguise it. It was one of those sneaky ones. So yeah, I was just kind of one of those people in your life that just wants to take everything.
Interesting. I thought it was about a girl.
At least that's what I felt. Ah,
You fooled me.
if only. You guys are bringing in good questions. I can barely keep
Dream
up.
band to open for. I think for everyone that's Metallica. I bet. Or Pantera. That'd be a good one.
Gojira.
Slayer. Gojira.
That'd be a
Yeah.
fun one.
Anyone who wants us.
Yeah.
We'll open for anybody.
Well,
We're
yeah.
kinda
Did you open for Party Cannon?
Was that
Party Cannon?
Party Cannon?
They're the death metal band that has like the ridiculously like clown logo.
Oh gosh.
Insane. Not Insane Clown Posse. Clown Core.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys. It's just like two dudes with like a keyboard and a saxophone and a minivan driving
I
around.
saw some clips of their like live show a couple days ago.
They have a live show.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to
Whoa.
go. That
And they
sounds
sell
awesome.
out like instantly. They're
Dude.
coming to Epic. Psycho Stick.
Psycho Stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, it was clowncore. It was like,
Yeah.
it was just like their music videos, just them two and their instruments playing but like, I think their show was time coded, like the lights.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. So like, it sounds like garbage, but they're really good
Oh,
musicians.
they're really, yes.
They're insane.
Oh, yeah.
They're
musicians.
doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's the Steel Panther thing. Like they're actually really good. They just play
Yep.
cheesy like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Chat, do yourselves a favor if you haven't, look up Clowncore. Flat Earth is a good one. Hell is a good one.
the one that they're like in a porta potty. I guess there's probably a couple, but
Oh yeah, we'll bop it up. We'll be there. Some of us. I always landlord and I will be there. We gotta go see Psycho Stick.
I might try and put myself on that one.
When is that?
Ooh, I don't remember. August.
When are we playing next? Our next show that's on the books.
I got the YouTube questions.
There's YouTube. Oh, we're not seeing the YouTube chat?
I don't think I've seen this one. This one's from the Phantom. My first question is directed towards the bass player. What those fingers do?
Oh.
Oh, you know.
I actually play with a pick, so
Ah.
they don't do much. Because I was a guitar player, so I play bass with a pick.
Classic. We stole it.
I've
as a
been-
guitar player.
I've been trying to learn how to play more with my fingers. I did it a couple times during the set. Like I did like Bad Vibes.
Hell yeah.
I do Lonely Castle finger style. I do Liquid Mass finger style. I'll switch back and forth. I'll like have a pick in my hand and I'll like use it for the chorus so that it's a little
Nice.
more percussive, and then like during the verse when it's a little more mellow, I'll finger style out.
Sorry, YouTube.
I got you.
I was
Somebody
gonna say,
monitors Twitch,
they
I'll
should be
monitor
coming through
YouTube.
now.
Okay. There's a whole bunch I know we missed, so we'll make sure that
Yeah.
try to get everybody's questions.
We need like a
answered.
mouse so we
we
can
do.
scroll through the chat.
Is Twitch happening, or is it me?
I believe it's you.
It's
But
not me. It's you.
It's not me. It's
Is
you.
it-
it is actually.
Well, let's get the ones that we can see. Oh gosh.
Yeah, there it is.
Where are you playing next? So I can buy tickets and give you my money. We like that
Can you
one.
ask Andrew that?
Where are we? There's at end of August, Wednesday the 27th. We're playing for the Green Bay Farmers Market. It's like sponsored by At the Tracks, sort of like At the Truck Yard or something.
Yeah.
But we'll play our full electric set there, and
Yeah, is
then you can give us your money.
Is that
We
a
like that.
2-hour set? Or is that a
I think so.
90? Ooh.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
cool.
Yeah, it'll be a It's a
Have
real
to add
set.
some stuff. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Did you guys get the?
Think we can bring the time code rig to that place?
I would. Yeah.
I was gonna say, but how many lights are you gonna have?
We got the
I don't
lights.
know.
No.
If people give us their money, we can buy more lights.
We were trying to do the math as to like what we would need to do to like make that a thing that we own, and it's like closer than you think.
Nice.
Because they make like rack mount units that just like have all the ins and outs, and you can just hook up a like a controller, like a MIDI controller or
Like
something.
a
so you
lighting
get keys.
console.
Could be cool.
It's like a lighting console and like a
Yeah.
4U unit.
Spread the knives. If we scroll up, do we get any other ones?
I was gonna say, did the?
Ooh, when
Alan.
can you make your next music video? Ideas on each song. Ooh.
See, we've floated some other ideas.
Yeah, there was an idea floating around for like all the same or confronted for a while. Like Rhonda was one that actually we've talked with I've talked with our official photographer Brandon Bjorkman about doing one with a whole bunch of riding around on.
Not the Bajorked man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep seeing You Shot Me Down as just like a spaghetti western music video that I want Quentin Tarantino to direct. That would be cool. I don't know if we'll have the budget for that one.
It needs feet then.
Yeah.
I had like, oh, not the feet.
the fake. Not the royal feed.
I had this idea for like a no compromise music video that like, you know, it's like slowly each of us revolting against our corporate office jobs. And then,
Hell yeah.
like the outro of the song is just like slow-mo smashing office equipment.
Love it. Love
and
that.
like,
Yeah.
I thought that'd be cool.
So I think you guys got the dream band to open for type of thing.
Oh yeah. Gojira, Metallica, Pantera,
Anyway.
Psycho Stick, Tenacious D.
Foo Fighters. I think we'd go well with Foo
Oh,
Fighters.
dude, yeah.
I love the Foo Fighters.
Honestly, and
that
even
would work.
opening for Bad Flower, I feel like we did a pretty decent job. We're like a little heavier than they
Yeah.
are, but like
Yeah. For
I
people
think it
who were
blends
there,
well.
how did you think that mix was? Did you think we went well with that? Because like, so going into it, I wasn't sure how well our genre would blend and kind of jive with what they do. Because I feel like their mellows are a little more mellow, and our heavies are like way heavier. You know, like we came out with like Stranded and Remembrance, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, granted, Stalker rips, right? Like that last song in their set was just like headbanging, crazy, heavy, stroby, flashy, whatever. And it's
Hell
like,
yeah.
I think there were moments that like gelled really well, and like the differences I think complemented one another. But
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about that. If it was
Yeah, it's our turn to ask the questions. How do you think we did? Twitch, YouTube.
Is there a better band you think we should open for, or do you think that was a
Yeah.
really good fit? Would you want to see that show again? Like,
It has happened twice now.
because it's
Yeah.
happened twice. Yeah.
Pretty soon, people are going to start at, and our logo got like twice as big on all the
Yeah.
photos.
Hell
Yeah.
We're moving up.
Yeah.
We're moving up.
Yeah.
Second question directed towards Alan. Can you ask Andrew to ask Ty why he uses a
We
pick?
answered that question already.
All right.
He's getting there.
I think yes. You guys did this.
'Cause I'm a
You guys
bad
did.
bassist.
You guys got.
Because I'm
Is
a
that what you
bad
want?
bassist.
You guys got
what you wanna hear?
Sass's.
little bitch
Let's see, where are you guys
Where you
playing
guys playing
next?
next?
Yeah,
we did
that's
the Mushroom Head show.
Wednesday, August 27th.
Okay.
Another in September.
So
Why do
here's another one.
Why do guitarists get the most laid out of all the what?
Wait, what?
Why do
Why
the
do
guitarists get the most laid out of all of the musicians?
Almost
laid out.
laid.
I thought you
More-
meant laid out.
More
like-
strings equals more sex.
Yeah. You heard it here first. Put that on a shirt. More strings, more sex.
So you guys need to start playing harp, I think is what I'm hearing.
Piano, bitch.
Piano.
Yo, have you seen there's that chick on YouTube who she's a harp player
Oh yeah, does all the covers.
that she does covers, but she also has like a bunch of guitar pedals
Oh,
that she puts like in line, and so she's got like 4 separate like pickup areas on the harp. So she gets 4 signal
Yeah.
chains coming out of the harp, and you can like put like different effects like distortions on the highs or like on the lows, and it's like
Like,
harp girl,
divide it
yeah.
up. Harp girl
Emily
rips.
Harpist, I think her name is. She's awesome.
That's
She
cool.
also
really cool.
or maybe it's not the same person. I know there's also another person that plays the harp on YouTube that also tests out like a bunch of different pedals. Like she just
That's
buys
that-
right.
that's what I'm
Is it
talking
the same,
about.
the same person?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's well, and the cool thing is like she's got this encyclopedic knowledge about guitar pedals, but she doesn't play guitar. She's never
I love
touched a
that.
guitar. Well, maybe for like content she did once, but like she doesn't play guitar. In Rainbows, by the way, best Radiohead album, In Rainbows.
Never got into Radiohead.
Me neither.
I tried.
Oh.
I've tried multiple times.
Joe also said the more strings is more sex thing is wrong because he's over here rocking a 7-string and getting absolutely nothing.
Well,
Get a harp.
Could be a different problem.
See, I got a 7-string.
Would you take a?
I'm ready to be confronted.
Joe's not ready to be confronted. It's okay.
Andrew, you could answer this one. What would you take modern day Queen as a compliment? Would you take that?
Yeah.
compliment?
Hell yeah. Dude, Brian May is a freaking astrophysicist.
Yep.
And also the lead guitarist of Queen. Of course I take that as a compliment. Like like a lot of people don't know that. Like Brian May is a freaking genius. Yeah, I absolutely take that as a compliment. It's actually kind of sad. I just sold within the last week the Vox amp.
Your AC,
Yeah.
Is it an AC30?
No, it was a
Yeah,
8120
like a
VT. It was a-
modeler.
yeah.
Oh, right.
And that was the sound of Stereo City. That was
Yeah.
the amp. But I needed money to buy a neural DSP. But yeah, so yeah,
So
I
you
absolutely
can sound
take that
like
as a compliment.
everyone else.
Yes. So if I want to sound like Brian May, I'm just gonna download the patch that makes me sound like Brian May.
Did you model it before you sold it?
No,
No, you didn't even do that.
I don't have the time.
That's fair.
I came up. I finally like accepted the fact I don't have time to do that. And I
Let's
don't
see.
need it. I like my tone.
I
Like
don't
me.
need it.
I don't need it.
Had at merch 2 streams ago. We were joking about the size of the logo. Were the ones you sold this past Friday the large or the small logo version? I had to get one for the memory.
It was probably a mixture of both. Big
I
ones,
don't
small
know.
ones.
Well, the
What?
camo one has the smaller logo, I think. The one with the bigger logo we didn't sell. Those were gifts to.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the snapbacks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think there was 2 different camo ones that had a slightly smaller.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
Christina coming in here like,
the
hey.
new- The
you're
new
Yeah.
batch. The
Yeah.
The
new
new batch of
They
camo
changed
ones.
their embroidery or something.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Actually, those snapbacks though,
Those are,
I'd get
Yeah.
an order of those.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys
I'm
want
so-
snapbacks or
I'm
do you
so
like
sad
the
it
camo
didn't fit.
ones?
we got to stretch it out, Ben. We got to put it on like a
Yeah, we gotta figure something
like a
out.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory taffy stretcher. so it
Our
fits
our
really
stream
good.
tech Ben D's got a big noggin.
I
Yeah,
do.
no. I didn't realize
to
his
say
head
about
was.
big
If you guys,
Giant.
if anybody
let's see.
if anybody here knows hat sizings like
Oh,
new
yeah.
era 47 hats.
Significantly smaller.
I wear a size 8, which I guess I don't really need to explain it to you, but is the largest commercially sold.
That's crazy.
Buy our shit. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what that was. It's that was on our, whatever our manufacturer, I guess you would call it,
Yeah, provider.
provider.
Yeah.
that was on
So
there. And
I'll take a snapback. Yeah, I think we should do like a little run of those. Those
Yeah.
are freaking. I'd wear one. Those are freaking sweet.
we got a dad hat too.
Oh yeah.
I guess that was for Rachel, but
Those
those turned
got
out okay
the
too.
sample,
Yeah.
and we got a shit pot more stickers.
True.
Yeah, there's some new stickers that we're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
try and funny.
All right.
Funny.
Oh,
ones
I-
out there.
I didn't bring any of the other my beer logo samples to hang up in here.
Taller than
Ah.
he looks on stream. Oh,
Yeah, he's kind of in the pocket of the floor, which makes him a little bit shorter.
I am. Yeah, the floor is not level, and this like
Kinda
spot
like
is
these.
lower than
Yeah,
this.
it kind of goes to a drain that's on the back of the or the like very back of the stream area.
I'm the
Kinda
furthest
like-
away from the camera too. I think.
I definitely
Yeah,
don't
that too.
mind
Yeah.
being here. I got that 5'8" and 3/4. I shrunk. I had my physical last week. I shrunk a
Oh,
quarter of
no.
an inch, and I gained 7 pounds. I told Ivy,
Fuck.
I'm getting short and fat.
Oh no!
Brutal. I'm a brunette Kurt Cobain without the H.
What does that even mean?
I don't get it.
Is that back to the Radiohead
Like
thing or?
like heroin age?
Well, which part of Kurt Cobain has an H in it? Take the H.
None of it.
No, yeah, none of it does.
I'll take a snapback. Yeah, we should maybe put those up on the site.
Yeah,
Now
might
that we
have-
know they look
say,
good.
Might have to.
There. Action item.
Snapback
Put the snapback up on the
People like the snapback.
put the snapback on the website.
I think there needs to be a run of the Top Tuck logo.
The what now?
Yeah,
The top tuck.
Yeah.
yeah,
I wanted to
people
get-
like
Do we
that.
need to give Joe a microphone at least at this point?
Do we have one?
I don't know. Do we have one?
I have an SM58
There's
up in my
one
car.
I think in there. I think I saw chilling on the
Go run him one. Hell yeah.
and just used my. I think I already ran a cable for chops chalk back there.
Nice.
I did right. Just so people
Yeah.
can kind
I
of
think
understand
a
the
lot of
background noise.
people like the old school, the repeating Tuck logo shirt.
Hey,
too.
really?
Like Gen 1, yeah.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
I did see a couple of them at the
Yeah.
there was a person at the
Yeah.
the meet and greet for
Get
Bad Flower
snapbacks.
that was wearing like the old Tuck
Right.
Tuck shirt.
It's decided. We'll get snapbacks. I think.
It's kind of like that, but it's just the rectangle,
Yeah.
like just in the
Yeah.
center.
Like the
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
OG.
like very
My friend who was
first.
with me says, "Are you ready to be confronted?" Get snapback. All right. We'll put snapbacks.
We'll get some snapbacks. That's.
Put
I have
those on the
spoken-
site for sure.
Yeah, on the
Snapbacks.
site for
And
sure.
then the top tuck shirt.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
physicals.
Get people ready for 4th of July now.
True.
Oh, like that 4th of July?
That one and the top tuck one. I think I think it should just be like a June. Like,
Yes.
hey, get ready for July 4th.
Yeah, like
That could be
I
a
think
cool
we're,
promo.
we're only doing that in like July only.
Yeah.
The American flag one.
Hell
Can you give me a little bit on
Ready
that?
To be patriotic.
Yeah. I'll give you a little more. A little
Nice.
bit more gainage, but
Can you pan his voice so it's behind him?
Get some Dolby.
yeah, I was gonna say that this isn't a Dolby Atmos console.
Ty, I'm right behind
You're
you.
telling me the X32
Monsters
isn't rated for
behind
Dolby
you.
Atmos? Bullshit. Be a gentleman. You right.
You right?
Let me get our line of fine adult attire.
Yurt.
Is there anything else we haven't answered yet? Or?
I think you've caught everything in that's been in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that YouTube's up, that's good.
yeah.
Uh,
YouTube is now coming in. I forgot to
Yeah.
refresh that
We got a
the stream
couple.
or the chat thing.
We have a couple questions from Facebook.
Yeah.
What is it like playing at Epic versus any of the other live shows we've performed?
Well,
Probably just like
It's-
significantly more people, but
well, more people. It's the most actual venue I think we have played.
Yeah.
It's that place is built like for artists and bands to play there. It's the biggest stage, I think, for sure.
Yeah. It's like I feel like that's the show that we get to bring the not that we like ever pull our punches, but like we bring the energy because like the production kind of helps, like having a real light rig and like a real PA, and it's like actually promoted really well. Like I feel like that's the Epic shows are the ones that really I feel like we get to go all 9 yards.
and I mean, I guess
Full Monty.
it has the most outreach because it's encountered the most people.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Epic is a really cool spot. Like, it's weird also working there from time to time and seeing how other artists view it. Because it is really artist focused on the back end. Like, the audience never sees it, but, like,
Yeah.
the whole back of house is, like, really geared towards treating artists well.
Yeah.
And so,
Yep.
being a crew member, you don't really get those perks. But, like, being a band there, you know, you feel a little bit more of that hospitality, and that's super cool.
Yeah. Again, I remember when I was still working there, like one of the top compliments that the venue would get is like, as soon as you walk in the dock door, there's laundry machines.
Yeah.
Like for these guys who are like actually out on the road and touring, like they're shocked at the amount of places that don't have that like really simple
Yeah, it's
commodity.
right when you walk in.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
as
two
an
of 'em.
artist, Yeah, there's a pair of them. Yeah, it's like you'll see guys get super stoked about that. They're like, I haven't done laundry in like weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like otherwise they're probably maybe at hotels if they stay the one night a week or whatever, or
And
laundry
if you have time,
right? Or their day off, they have to go to a laundromat or
yeah,
whatever they got to do.
nice. So you got Bopda. Are there any Wisconsin bands you'd like to do a set with, like Motherwind, for example? I would love
I would. Those
to
guys
play with
rock.
Motherwind. Those guys rip.
I shot them a message and they never got back to me. I was
Rip.
kind of sad. I was trying to, because we saw, or I don't know if you guys did, but I went and saw them when they came to Green Bay, in March, and they
nice.
were awesome. Another band that was on that bill, a couple other bands are on that bill, I guess. They're from Chicago, I think. They're called Dark Sun, and they're like really more grungy, and those guys rock. And I shot them a message after that show, and I was like, "Hey, we'd love to play a show with you." And they, seemed open to it. So hopefully, if they come around again to Northeast Wisconsin or something, we can get on a bill with them.
Hell yeah.
If I can throw a question into the Aether now that you're 72 hours or 72, however many hours past your epic show, what's one thing that you guys feel like you really knocked out of the park, and what's one thing that you felt like, hey, this is something that we can improve on for the next time we do a larger performance like this?
I think the light show fucking knocked out of the park.
Lights.
Yeah, dude.
This motherfucker right here.
I will say, while I was standing there by the merch, I was very impressed with the lighting. I thought it was timed perfectly with everything else.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time. Too much time
That was
on
a
it.
long time coming.
Yeah, I mean, well, because part of it was me figuring out how to do a time-coded light show for the first time.
That was your first time?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
balls, dude.
Well, I mean, second if you count Tuck, that was the first
But
time.
even still.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, and there's some like lighting people on YouTube and on the internet that I follow that I was trying to I gradually have gathered tips from, and I finally got to apply all those because in our line of work, I usually don't get to cue a specific show for a band. I'm kind of playing along to what they're doing on stage, so I got to actually be artistic and make creative choices to complement the music and have a little bit more thought behind it and in moments that I wanted to highlight with the lighting. So I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah. I was pleasantly shocked with how much the light show added energy, even just to me.
Yeah.
Up on I can't imagine what it was like for other people. I remember specifically it was Bad Vibrations at the beginning and the end where you just get the green, that sickly pale green on the inside. I'm like, dude, fuck. I'm excited to see the footage we got from it afterwards because I remember at some point I wanted to be super serious and and I just couldn't help but fucking crack a smile. I'm like, dude, this is the best.
I think that's one of the ones I'm probably most proud of. And I think there's a pretty stark difference between the songs I programmed for Tuck and the ones that I programmed for this show. Because I cloned over those old ones and had to make some changes, but I didn't program Bad Vibes until this show. And so I think I had taken a bunch of things that I'd learned from the last one and was all right, how can I make this cooler? But that one I think really lends itself to moody atmosphere lighting and that sort of thing. And
Hell yeah.
it was fun to get to play with that. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alan, what do you think?
The only notes that I have are fairly minor of how well we could do better. Was really more on the production side of things, but not as in thinking of ways of how there's when we dump the truck and stuff, there seems to be a lot of loose bits.
Yeah.
All the guitar stands and the drums and just little loose
cases.
bits. How we can tighten that up.
Yeah.
Was my only
I didn't
thought,
think about that, yeah.
which is a minor thing, but other than that, I think everything else went as well as it could have.
Nice.
I mean, we got there an hour early and set up in dock. I mean, we were up on the stage and making sounds at 20 minutes or 30.
We're fast.
It was just under 30.
We are efficient loader inners.
I think a lot of that was us on Tuesday having set all the tech up and kind of making sure it all
Basically
worked.
just
we didn't have to tech
mocking
anything
it
when
up.
we got there.
and the having real hands too, helping stage hands.
Well, and all realism, how many bands can be up and running in under half an hour rehearsing?
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Questions?
Yeah. So, and we were off quick enough too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
really know.
we got out pretty quick.
Quick enough.
That had been under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
where I was sitting.
I think the only bit I would want to do a little better for next time is the one critique I feel like my wife and I were talking about. It's the amount of talking. I feel like I went
That
ditch
was
to
gonna be
ditch.
my note.
When we first started talking, I was talking between every song for way too long, and now this last show was I talked twice for maybe 20 seconds at a time. So there was this oh, I don't feel like you ever really connected with your audience. I'm yeah, but there's that challenge of and this is what's cool about it is it's such a small critique that it's this is one of the hardest bits for a front man. It's how much do you connect with your audience and also only not just play 3 songs in a set because you're freaking talking so much.
But we all, because we only had an hour to play, and it was like a very tight. I mean, we kind of went over a minute or two, but talking would have gone over that,
Right.
So that we were playing play more songs and
Yeah.
not because otherwise we'd have to cut a song.
I would have, I would have cut a song to talk a little bit more. I think in retrospect, I think that middle chunk, it was good, but it was just so long. And if it was like a full 90-minute set, I think that chunk makes more sense.
Yeah.
But when you're only playing 60, it's like you're smacking the audience with like a half hour of just like heavier music, right? It's like I think having one more break in there, I think would have been good.
Yeah.
I think you probably could have gotten rid of some of the stuff from the first album and just played the newer stuff.
What did we play
in my
from?
opinion.
I mean,
What was it Cool Kids,
Liquid
Mess, Rhonda?
I think that was it. wasn't it?
You played
Another
another
Maybe
one.
Not.
Oh, please don't leave me now.
please don't leave
Yeah.
it now,
That song,
That one
has
ripped.
Yeah, that-
grown on
yeah, it
me
did.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
I like that song a lot.
Yeah.
I think Liquid Mess could have been skipped.
Twitch main
Ah,
camp
see,
those-
I
God
wanted
damn.
Liquid. I would have cut Cool Kids.
I'm just not
I
gonna
would've
use.
too.
I'm not gonna use that phone anymore because it keeps going to like its home. It
Sure.
keeps like going to going into
rip.
sleep,
That's right.
which then freezes it. Thank you, Sass.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good question.
I think because there was a moment before the show, like I don't know if this is like I don't know insider information or whatever, but like we
Now's the time.
were when the initial schedule for the day came out, we weren't sure if we were going to get a 45 or a 60. We had prepped a 60, and like I was trying to think of what songs we would cut if we were going to do a 45-minute set, and I think Cool Kids was one of the first ones. I was like, I think. And production wise and lighting wise, like that one's easy to cut out of the set. Like I didn't want to cut Stranded. I might have cut Stranded.
Because it is a cover, technically.
It is a
right?
cover, even
Right.
though the outro is so
Even though it's
It would
cool.
be
as
it would be
fuck.
hard.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you
That would be a
spent
big boy decision.
considerable amount of time on that lighting. On
I
that
s-
lighting.
Well, but the thing is, it's not like it looks really fancy. It's like you press a button every time the riff starts, right? It's like da 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 da, right? And it's like it's the timing of it's a little nitpicky, but like that one didn't take me too long.
Artistically, probably not all that like super complex.
Yeah.
More technical than.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I would have cut otherwise. Like Liquid Mass, probably. I think we would have cut.
Right. My first thought was cut the slow ones.
Yeah, dude, I was so thankful though, like for a chance to slow down and actually like sit. Like part of that whole like sit down on the speaker thing was like, yeah, I'll connect with the audience a little bit. But then as soon as I sat down, I'm like, oh my god,
I'm tired.
my fucking feet hurt. Like that, like that day, I had a new pair of shoes at work that I was breaking in, and then those
your
show
poor
shoes
feet.
are still pretty new.
Right.
So like by the time the show was done, I'm like, yo, I need my on clouds right now. It's like to sit down, and then as I'm playing, going, oh shit, I gotta get back up.
All right, we
gotta-
grazed
we gotta-
over a
yeah, I was
couple
gonna
of
say,
these.
we gotta-
Let's
we
go
got a
back
couple,
here.
though.
Every time I search Tuck on Google, sometimes it shows Italian brain rot. How did you come up with the band's name?
Italian brand.
Italian
I
brain
need-
rot.
I-
Is that like our code name now?
That would be a good like.
That's a
song
good album.
name. Italian brain rot.
That's awesome.
That's actually what Måneskin is.
Wait, actually show.
Hey.
Okay. I'm gonna... Now here's my
Jacob, that was a
question: Are
joke.
you doing it lowercase,
All
or
lowercase or
uppercase?
all? Oh yeah.
So I get
was
tuck footwear. I get
When I
like a
looked
lot
it
of
up
like
on
cars. There's a tuck. That's a thing.
When I look it up on Spotify, there's like some Indian music that pops up.
Oh,
Tuck
Spotify
Smith
likes
and
to pronounce you
the
guys as
shoes.
Took.
Yeah.
Now playing Took.
Master Tuck.
shoes. Yeah.
How did we come up with the band's name? I came up with it when I wrote the first album. It came from a nickname that I had for the longest time, Tuck, Tuck, because I played a part in a play. And then I thought I would drop. Here's the legitimate conscious thought as I was coming up with the names, like, oh, I'll just use my nickname, but I'll drop the C because that's like edgy and cool.
Oh, no.
That's literally
Less
what I thought.
consonants. Less consonants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also paying for lettering. It's cheaper,
True.
baby. Yeah. Economical.
Follow Andrew.
Al-
for more
Also,
financial
I feel
tips.
like Tuck.
And now we're stuck with it.
I feel like Tuck just has more of a like I guess you would call it equilibrium to it. Like,
there is also like a bit of
there's
that
a better
too.
equilibrium
Like,
to it.
I didn't want to make a name that like tied you to a specific genre.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, okay, you hear a thing like Slayer isn't gonna make jazz. Like Megadeth isn't gonna make pop. Maybe they could nowadays.
They probably
But
could
yeah,
nowadays.
I wanted to make something very neutral because at the time too, I didn't even really know what I wanted to do with TUK.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's how we came up with it. It was my nickname. Thanks, Benzie. Actually, it was Drew Arnold first, and then Benzie, I feel like, commercialized it.
Thinking about the logo in a practical sense, I do like that. Even though like the T and the K obviously aren't symmetrical letters, you can literally, I think
That's-
as Ben
that's-
was
that's-
trying
that's
to
what
say
I was saying.
like
That's
you
what I was
cut the
talking
logo
about.
in half, and it does look like aesthetically pleasing. Like you could cut
Yeah.
this thing in half, and
Folder up.
That's how the first shirt design got made too.
I think it would be fun
thanks,
for
man.
the next album to like play with the logo a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
change it up.
As much as I like the patch, like that's what I gave to my. I was just thinking about it the other day. My good friend Taylor made the TUK logo as we know it, and I remember giving her like the prompt of like make it look like a patch, like a motorcycle patch, and that's where you get the like the texture
Yeah, the
from.
textured
But
one.
then like make it clean for some other stuff. I'd be very curious to see what we could come up with to like change it up, not just for the sake of changing it up, but just keeping it
Keep it
like,
fresh.
keeping
Keeping
it
it
fresh.
fresh.
I
Isn't
think
the,
Gotta
like
be
bands will
fresh.
use like logo redesigns to kind of define eras, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
you know, there are certain bands where it's like their logo is timeless, and they're gonna use like Metallica. Their logo
But even
is
they
timeless,
changed up their logo
In the 90s.
Well,
yeah,
Yeah.
right. And they went back to the old one, right? But like,
Yeah.
you know, I think like Muse's logo, I don't think has ever changed. I think it's always just been the Muse with like the bars on the top,
Yeah.
right, and bottom.
Blink, Rolling
Blink.
Stones.
Yeah,
trying to think.
Green Day's changed theirs quite a bit. Like their like Dookie one, that's kind of like Comic Sans, not Comic Sans-y, but it's like comic-y.
Yeah.
And then like the American Idiot and 21st Century Era, they're like a little harder edged and a little
The spray
money.
paint brick texture.
Yeah.
Hell
I know
yeah.
that the Queen logo is very elaborate in
Right.
some instance, but I believe
always
that
been,
like
like, that
like the
cursive.
words, like the letters Queen, have always kind of stayed in that similar font, and
Yeah.
then whether they add in the band's astrological symbols, there is the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yes, Bop It Boopy. I also miss the old Beartooth logo. I think the new one looks too much like Metallica's logo.
Yeah. Rip.
I also like old Beartooth better than new Beartooth anyway. So,
That's also fair. Do you like? Did we answer the question?
do we like getting photos of it? Absolutely, we do. I love getting because like
Oh yeah.
we're on
Tag
stage,
us.
we're not seeing what's going on. I like one of the things I did after the show is I sat and watched Alan's mom's videos like back like over and over again
Oh yeah.
because there's the only videos I could
Yeah.
find of the show right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, did it look cool? And it did. It looked cool.
Oh yeah.
And
just-
she's zooming in on Alan most of the time,
yeah.
but it's
Right.
like that's
my boy.
But it sounded good on her phone camera,
Yeah,
so I was
dude.
like,
Yeah.
then it must have sounded good in the room
Yeah.
because like phone cameras suck, right? Or phone microphones suck, right? So
If it sounds good on a phone, it's like
Mm,
astronomical.
yeah.
Like, oh, then it sounded good in the room. If it sounds shitty on the phone, you're like, okay, then there's a chance it sounded okay in the room.
I could like make out my bass tone,
Ooh.
and I was like, all right, then it
Right.
must have had the mix must
Hell
have been
yeah.
good enough that like you heard all the pieces.
I'm
It
so
just
stoked.
get muddy.
So stoked to hear the recording.
Yeah,
We got a little like 30-second teaser
Ah,
from Chop, the ending of the Gojira set, and I'm just like sitting there in my car listening to it. Oh my god,
yeah.
this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Lynn's got a video of the Remembrance outro also from front of house. I'll put that in the chat.
I was like most stoked about the crowd mics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
Like,
sounded
actually
good.
working.
They
We've
did the
never-
thing.
Yeah.
We've never done that before, so like as an audience member, if you see mics like on stage pointing back at the crowd, it's like it's used when you're recording the music and you want to like do something with the recording later. It's like you want to be able to capture the audience, but also like in your ears, you can't hear the audience very well. So like filtering that noise into your ears was like super cool.
Yeah. Like getting to hear like the crowd reactions from things, like the instant feedback is like I was talking to Brandon about. It's like when we rehearse here in the basement, it's like okay, when the song's done,
It's just me
we
telling
get
you
crickets.
to shut up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like it's always it's a good boost in confidence to finally like get to hear the instant crowd feedback from stuff. Like even like I feel like when we started the Gojira song, I even heard people like, yes, let's go. I'm like,
Yeah.
and that just like
I
that
was
juices me.
I was not expecting that crowd to be
Oh,
super
yeah.
into the Gojira cover.
There was like 5 or 6 dudes I was looking at. There's like
there was a couple guys who
eyes
were
wide,
super
like
into it,
yeah.
I know one of our newer employees at Lighthouse was like he was there and he's super into Gojira and
Hell yeah.
I saw him in the crowd go like whoa. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, even like Patrick came up as we were leaving and was like, he was like,
Oh, yeah.
He came over and was like, the antennas went up and I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what that was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be more Gojira influence on the next album
We'll see. I
or
hope
the
so.
singles or whatever we decide to do.
I remember
Which-
I was standing over by the the merch booth, and I decided to wander into the crowd for like 30 seconds to a minute just to kind of see what it was intense in there. People were really getting into and it wasn't even necessarily Gojira song. Like I don't even remember what song I went in there on, but I walked into the crowd and it's just there was an intensity. People were really connecting with your guys on the set.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love
The amount of people that I heard, even like from the beginning, like cheering Tuck, I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, this
There were a
is
couple
Dude.
sick.
folks, yeah.
Oh.
good.
I had a little bit of the crowd mic in my ears, and when the lights went out and the intro started, it was like fucking full body goosebumps hearing people like, yeah.
I wasn't nervous until that intro track started.
Yeah.
I was like backstage, with
And
the-
then
was
I
like,
had to
"Guys,
poop."
Fuck.
So I think me and Jacob both just like as soon as it started, we were just like,
It's like, oh my god, it's happening.
Let's go.
Yeah, don't apologize for zooming in on Alan.
Yeah.
I like watching him shred on his guitar anyway. So
Yeah.
that was good. Yeah, Sass, please send us all the videos you have.
Yes.
That'll be
Hell
badass.
yeah.
Post
We
them
may even-
and then tag us.
yes,
Yeah.
post them,
Post
tag
them,
us,
tag us,
but
yeah.
also send them to us.
Sick EP was good. True. I really liked Disease was good. I think Below was their last good album. I don't like their new stuff.
No. Rip.
Um,
Nice.
that's okay.
From Facebook.
Hell yeah.
Does anyone have stage fright, or did you adjust easily to live shows because you pictured it happening as musicians like a goal or dream that came true?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for one, I think it's easier to play to more people
Oh yeah.
than like one person in a bar or something.
100%.
Two, it's like at least for me, it's like I've heard like Freddie Mercury had the same thing where like he was pretty off stage. He was like a real pretty chill, low key person, but like once he got on stage, something just
Oh, yeah.
flipped and he was Freddie Mercury. So like it's kind of like that where it just I don't know.
You feel like you turn into a different person.
Right,
when they're
you're-
up on stage.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Lynn says I do.
So there was specifically actually at Epic I had I've been doing the comedy things that they've been doing over there
yeah.
recently, and I had one of the comedians came out and was like, I'm like deathly anxious, and I'm like a deathly anxious person like outside of this, but I go out, do this for an hour, and then go back to my hole basically. So I was like, yeah, I feel like that's just kind of anybody that kind of goes out onto a stage. Like you're either that person all the time, or there is a switch in your brain, and it is either on or off depending on what you're doing.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a high. Like
Yeah.
I remember the first show we ever played as Tuck. It was at the Meyer Theater in their little backstage thing, and my wife was like, "How do you think it went?" I'm like, "I don't remember any of it.
Blacked out.
Just blacked out for an hour, like because you're just in that flow of like I only remember the mistakes because that's what took me out of the moment, took me out of the flow. Like this last show, I couldn't tell you shit about what happened. Like you get over as soon as you like heard the intro, you hear the people like I had to poop so bad, 10 seconds right before we had to go up on deck, and then as soon as I'm up there and you hear the people crowd or like cheering and stuff, I'm like, no, we're in it. Let's fucking go.
I've alluded to it in prior conversations. It's you almost turn on a personality, and
Well,
that's
bet.
Yeah.
And I'm not
For
saying
sure.
that that's your defense mechanism for going on stage.
Yeah.
You could maybe make an argument, but there is a turning on of a personality when you
Yeah.
go live, go perform, do whatever it is that you need to do in front of people or present yourself in front of people.
200%.
I like don't mind being in front of people. Maybe because it's part of my job too.
Yeah,
Just, like,
that's
clearing a deck
yeah.
and being on stage. Like
Yeah, it definitely does help.
Yeah.
The power trip.
I don't being like it used to bother me. I suppose when I was younger in high school or whatever. But like now, it's like
What was
I
the
could walk in front of a crowd of whatever, and now it's cool. I guess.
Rip it.
Right.
What was like your first performance as a guitar player?
Ooh.
You can find videos of this too.
I'm doing it right now.
It was in high school. I think it must have been my freshman year, 9th grade of high school, like a talent show. Rip and Enter Sandman.
If I were to
course
be
it
on
was.
YouTube right now, where would I find it?
I don't know. Somewhere.
There's
What's
one
your
of
high
me
school?
playing Enter Sandman.
I don't
in
know.
middle school.
You don't
I'm
know
gonna-
what high school you graduated
I'm
from?
gonna Make you work for it if you want to see it.
Shit.
Alan's mom.
Yeah.
Help a brother out.
Yeah, and it was like just me and the guitar, like no backing track.
Did you
Oh,
sing?
just
Did you
Hella,
sing
I
too?
didn't sing.
Ah.
Just hella cringe.
Wow.
Well-
That's ballsy.
Well,
I commend you.
it was because of the I don't know, director or whoever put the thing on, like said like, oh, it's like he was like, you don't need the backing track or something.
She
So
was
I-
dead wrong.
So I didn't play to it, and it was hella awkward.
That's impressive.
But it has a lot of views on YouTube, so I keep it on my
Hell
I
yeah.
keep it on my channel.
Shit.
It's a lot of tension. Oh my gosh.
So that was
Andrew, what about you? What was your
9th
first?
grade.
Like not counting like
No.
school concerts.
Yeah,
I'll
like
say
first,
I was also in like middle
yeah,
school band.
no, like first thing
Yeah.
that was like you performing something that you wanted to do.
Disregard.
Crazy Train, Alan, you liar! Crazy Train
Oh.
in 8th grade.
We did do that. There's a video of that.
Was that
too.
before?
Oh, there's
was that
video
before
evidence.
Enter Sandman?
That was before, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was like with the concert band too.
bonus points if you can pull it up in the chat.
Yeah. Post a link.
Yeah,
Let's
and-
see. My first show was in 7th or 8th grade. I don't remember. It was with the band. We were called the Garage Band Graduates. So cringy. But we did Paranoid and Iron Man. And I felt like a freaking god.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Black Sabbath in a Wrightstown public school. It went hard.
Sack Blabbeth.
Hell yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, and that was with Cameron
sure.
and Lee. Liam was in the band playing bass.
Half of
Our
those.
buddy Jeremiah, who actually lives just down
Yeah,
the road.
he's just no,
Yeah.
not anymore.
Not
He's-
anymore, but-
not anymore. He lived just down the road.
Yeah,
He owns a landscaping company now.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, 7th, 8th grade, 2007, 2008. It's in front of a middle school talent show. It was all over from there.
I think
about you?
technically my first live
Yep.
performance was at your grad party when we brought all the
That is
instruments
true.
over.
Hell
That
yeah.
We
would
did
I
like
would
a-
technically say that was my first live performance, and I haven't played live since.
Attaboy.
One and
One and
Did a
done.
lot. One and done.
The
Sometimes.
perfect record.
Perfect. Right. Perfection.
What about you?
What was mine? There was a couple middle school talent shows. Oh, I think it was far back as elementary school.
Damn.
There was like an elementary school. I was in 4th or 5th grade, and I played. It was Bachman Turner Overdrive, Taking Care of Business.
Hell
It
yeah!
was ours. And it was just like Alan. It was
Attaboy.
just me and a guitar
Yeah.
trying to like fumble through the.
Hell yeah. I love that. That's great.
Yeah,
Ben, what about you?
yeah, yeah. You played an instrument at one point in your life.
I played the trombone in
Yeah,
high school.
you
Yeah,
did.
Brass.
The slidey trumpet.
Well, I played the
Slidey
trombone,
trumpet,
and then
yeah.
my senior year we had like a changeover of band directors. So we started losing. You switch band directors. The one that's been there
Yeah.
forever, you start losing
Yeah.
kids. So
Ooh.
I played trumpet in jazz band my senior year. I played quad toms in marching band my senior year. And then continued in concert band. I continued playing trombone. But other than that, I didn't really do anything. But my one kind of out of the ordinary thing was in a Apple, basically an Apple studio or like an Apple or a Mac studio that we had just kind of set up in our band room or like off of a side closet in our band room. I made a video for our spring concert. We did Bohemian Rhapsody.
Hell yeah.
And I made a video of clips from Wayne's World, The Muppets, and the original Queen music video, just kind of all mashed up
Yes.
together, and it was presented. That was by like my independent music study
That's perfect.
like final project for my senior year.
Unironically, I really do like the Muppets version of Bohemian
oh
Rhapsody.
yeah, it slaps. So good.
But no, there was no time code. No, nope. there was no cue, no click tracks, nothing. It did not turn out the greatest, but it was all right.
Is that
awesome.
somewhere that we can watch? I want to.
No, that is not something that you can watch. At least not that I know of.
Put them up in the chat. Make
We-
good content.
So
Oh, I think there's
So I'd
another
like
question.
to ask another question here of like the whole band, like logistically speaking. Are you already out of alcohol?
Yeah.
Logistically speaking, what do you think is the
Damn sure.
hardest song to play live?
Oh.
in our
Boys
in your-
back home.
In this, I was gonna say in this
In the set,
the
maybe.
discography or
I would say between your two discographies, like your original content,
Oh,
not
yeah.
covers. Like, what is the Boys Back Home?
Oh yeah.
I would thought you were gonna say Rudy or something.
No, like okay. I'll clarify. Hardest technically or hardest like
Why not both?
emotionally?
Why
oh yeah,
not both?
hardest emotionally is Rudy. Rudy's just hard. He's about my dog.
I know I can't listen to that song.
Oh, I still like it. It's probably one of the easiest songs to play technically.
Yeah, it's like one riff the whole time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chop will make jokes all the time. For 7 minutes, Andrew. Yeah, Boys Back Home technically I think is probably the hardest one.
I remember when I was like learning songs to like try and get up to speed. I was trying to learn that one, and I was like, man, I sure as fuck hope they don't ever want to play this one. I was like, I don't think I get like it's just all over the place.
Oh
like,
yeah.
key changes and the riff changes all the time. I like that middle bit. That's kind of like
That would be fun. Just put that part in the set again, just as like a little bit every once in a while.
Kind of skip the slow part of Boys
Yeah.
Back Home and go like 1,
Go
2,
right in.
3, like right out of one song right into Boys Back Home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
What was
could
the
be a way to do
outro
it.
or something?
What was
Yeah.
it? The last time you guys were at Epic, you went into one song right into Ride the Lightning.
Yes, please
Yes,
don't leave
please
me
don't.
Yeah,
now.
please don't leave me right
Yeah.
into Ride the
That was the
Lightning.
last
Like
time
do
we got
something
there.
do something similar
Something
to
like
that,
that,
but somehow
yeah.
get it into like a 2 or 3 count from Chop right into the fast part of Boys Back Home.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'd have to find something that it fits with. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something we could string together.
nice.
Lynn's is asking, would you guys ever consider do a genre bending cover EP like pop goes punk, country goes metal?
Ooh,
I think Andrew could get on board with country
I
goes
would
metal for
fucking
sure.
love that shit.
Outlaw Country.
I would basically just make like a Hardy themed
Right.
EP about some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like
Trucks down by the lake. You know
Yeah.
that lake.
Well, I'm parked down
that
that
lake.
lake. Dude, a
Dude,
metal
Miles
version
from
of Parked Down
Santa
by the Lake.
Fe.
I played that at a church picnic the other day. Nobody
No one
noticed.
got it?
Nobody cares. Like,
That's
yo,
the best.
lame.
That's
It
well.
was like
that's-
5 minutes gone.
I caught it at Lost Key Tap. I was laughing.
yeah.
I was laughing my butt off the whole
I
time.
love that song. There's like a YouTube guy I follow who does like pop punk songs but country,
Ooh, yeah.
and those are awesome. Yeah, his name's Alex Melton.
Yeah.
If you've ever listened to him, his stuff is really good. He's got it's called Missouri Business, and it's like a country version of Misery Business.
That's awesome.
Sure.
That's pretty good.
I know I would love to see like a heavier country album. I don't know what genre you actually call that. If that's getting into outlaw country, but
Hardy.
like,
Bandera.
but like what?
Hardy and Pantera.
But like, what do you actually call like heavier country music?
I saw a phrase for that the other day on TikTok, and I can't. It was
It's
some,
like Southern rock.
It's
but,
like
it's
dirty
not
something. It's like dirty swamp or something.
swamp rock.
Like
Dirty
like
swamp
Shrek.
core.
Swamp core.
Isn't that Shrek?
What
out
are
of
you
my
doing
swamp.
in my swamp?
Fucking Shrek.
nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're totally open to it. I think I think the vibe I'm getting is we have like a song or two that we want to like they're in demo-tastic mode. Like they're the riff we ended on at
Oh,
Epic.
sure.
Like that's like a full fleshed out song for the most part that we just kind of have to like, hey, I gotta get some words to. And then we got to learn it. And then I think we should release that as like a single.
There's a handful.
Yeah. We got some material to work with.
Alan's got this one. I've been like gassing him up about this. Alan's got this like Deftonesy style riff that's been in the drive.
Yeah.
That I've been like trying to come up with like lyrics for and stuff. And like, I fucking love that riff. I don't know why. It's something about it.
It
Me
makes me
too.
feel things.
It's just got that. Just got that special sauce.
It's so good.
That song fondles me in a way I haven't been fondled before.
There's like a punk demo in there that's really good.
The Avenged Sevenfold.
There's like an Avenged Sevenfold riff off
The
one.
copyright
Yeah.
infringement.
Well, there's that one too.
Stairway to Copyright Infringement.
You start Stairway to Heaven and just Mike Myers comes out of nowhere and just puts your hand on the guitar. No.
Yeah.
Stairway.
There's more
denied.
material. It's coming.
There's some stuff in the tank.
It's just
yeah.
we're also getting into summer, so it's gonna get hard.
Yep.
In your opinion, is it too late for someone to learn guitar in their 30s and make music? Fuck no.
Nah.
Fuck
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Average life expectancy is like 80 now. You have at least 50 years to pick that shit up.
Yeah.
It's never too late to
Never
pick
too
up a
late.
new hobby. Like
Absolutely
It's
never.
just like to learn something in general. It's
Yeah.
just like taking the time to learn something is always going to
And
be
there's
It's
like
never too late to have a
YouTube.
to find another creative outlet.
It's all just wanting to do it.
Yeah, and there's
And if you have the want,
Prioritizing it.
plenty of shit on YouTube for free.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's like there are so many more resources than like even when I started learning guitar. It's like I took lessons.
Yeah.
What is that? Marty Music or whatever's the one that I watch a whole
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of. Yeah.
He's the one with the SG.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of him.
Yeah.
I was
He's
doing it.
absolutely fantastic at teaching you how to play guitar, and it's very meaningful lessons. And
Thanks,
like
Marty.
when he teaches you songs, they're brilliantly paced. I thought.
Yeah.
I learned how to play like Creeping Death from his demo along with the tab open on another monitor.
Guitar World magazine.
Yeah.
That was my jam. I
Ulti-
feel like they've kind of gone downhill. But
Guitar World,
like
a little
back
bit.
in the day when they'd have like 5 songs per magazine, like
Post
Yeah.
and all sorts of genres.
There's this amazing website called ultimateguitartab.com.
That's
That
the
I pay
secret
for.
sauce. I
It's-
pay for it.
I've learned most of the music I know how to play thanks to that website.
Oh, for sure.
Even for the TUK thing, I utilized it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, these riffs I've been playing wrong for the last
Right.
15, 16
Dude,
years of my
right?
life.
There were so
Yeah.
many. I was
Damn
just
it.
like, oh shit. I was like,
Wait,
oh,
this
that,
isn't
I was
how
a
this
half step
song
off the whole
is?
time. There's a riff in Master Puppets specifically that comes to mind.
The chorus.
The pre-chorus.
Pre-chorus.
Yeah. Yeah, that part is like a little different than it. Yeah. But I guess speaking
Yeah.
of learning, how did I learn bass? Well, I learned guitar first, which is a
Yahtzee.
really, really good way to learn bass.
2 less strings generally.
I mean,
True.
there's some differences between playing bass and guitar, but like they're tuned basically the same, just an octave lower as the bass. So like anything you learn on guitar transfers really easily to bass, except you're not really playing chords as much anymore. You're playing root notes and like finding places to accentuate the melody through the bass line, or like finding like you can create a little bit more movement by like kind of walking around like around a root note. Yeah.
As like I'm myself am learning bass, I just picked it up this year, and
Yeah.
I find that I followed along with. I was just looking up random tabs and things on like Songster, and I found especially with like early Metallica, it seems
Yeah.
like, oh goodness gracious, his name suddenly escapes me. Cliff Burton.
Cliff fucking
Burton.
Dude,
Like, he's
those-
almost playing his own. He's almost playing his own song.
He
over,
is.
over there.
Lead
That
bass.
has
Yeah.
nothing and related
Yeah.
to the main riff.
And if you watch videos of him, he would like shred the thing like it was a guitar. He would play bass solos like they were guitar solos. Yeah, rest in peace, dude.
Yeah, and there's the thing that could be said, like there are bass players and then there are bassists.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
like a different
Oh yeah. Oh,
you know
in the same way of like
category.
musicians versus. Oh yeah, I play music.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's really easy to be passable at bass. It's really
Yeah.
extremely challenging to be like a fantastic bass player.
That
Like
learning curve.
there's so many different techniques. Like I can't play slap bass, right? That's not really my
Right.
thing. I was talking about how I don't really play fingerstyle either because I mostly play with the pick. But like, you know, learning those skills and like that makes you like an amazing bass player, right? It's like, I think there's a level up there that's the curve gets
Yeah.
exponentially
Oh yeah.
more challenging.
But there is something, at least with bass, there is something to be said about a bass player who is just like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to play these root notes, I'm going to keep
Yeah.
us on time
Yep.
and on tune. There's something to be said more
You're in
about
the rhythm
like
section.
a good foundation and rhythm section than there is going to be this standout guy who wants to go off and do his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be the bass player that's trying to reinvent the wheel, right? It's like you want you don't want to overshadow anything. You're there to support the rest of
Yeah.
the music, right? And it's like I think there's a pocket you got to sit in where it's like find your moments to kind of highlight things, but also you're also there to highlight the rhythm and be
Yeah.
the like foundation of the rhythm, right? And so it's like
Depth is a very big thing in music.
yeah.
I remember when we first joined up as a band, we didn't have a bass player yet, and we auditioned some people. It was like that first dude that showed up, and he just like shadowed us, played. I don't even think he played. He didn't show up with his rig, but I remember him going like, "Oh yeah, my pedal board could like compete with some of your guys's," and I'm like, "Ooh, that's not the vibe." Okay.
I have a pedal
I
board,
don't
yeah.
remember this.
Yeah, it was like I think it was the first person we ever like. We were
Really?
still at Lighthouse, just the 3 of us. We were still on wedges.
Mhm.
We were still rehearsing with wedges, not even on ears like Neanderthals.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, it was some weird. I don't know if we put out an ad on like Reverb or on Facebook
Right.
or something.
Put it out. Yeah.
Before or after Alaric?
Oh,
Before.
before. Oh yeah. Hey, one of the first people we ever auditioned, if not the first. It's like, we're not looking for Geddy Lee. We're looking for fucking if Ringo played bass.
Mm.
Yeah. Ringo is like one of my heroes. That guy knows what's up. Ringo, like
Make fun of him all you want, but
it's like he didn't play anything super complicated, but like what he did, he fucking nailed. Right? It's like I think Ringo's
I kind of think of Roger Taylor. Wasn't he the bass player for
Yep.
Queen? It's like his riffs are super iconic, and
didn't need to show off.
nope.
Yeah. 'Cause it
Everybody,
turns
of
out,
course,
like-
is going to another one bites the dust. Obviously,
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Is album number 3 being worked on? Any goals for it?
Not actively.
Not
really.
actively.
No.
We
But
got a couple singles, like we were saying before. But yeah, nothing. I don't know. Like I feel like the whole like I'm not ready for another album. I'm ready for like a single or 2 or 3.
yeah.
But like the amount of work we put in writing an album, like it is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, especially between the 4 of us just getting our schedules together enough. Like it. Thank God for technology. We were able to like mix the album together virtually because of
That
tools
thing
we
that
have.
Chops got is super cool.
It's so sick.
It's like a high fidelity streaming thing, so you all can listen to the same mix at the same time, like
Yeah.
from his
in
like,
real
Logic
time
session
like,
or whatever it was.
yeah. Like so that helped a lot. So I would say album number 3 is probably, I don't know, it's a while out there, but we've got some extra juices flowing.
I really like that. Like nowadays, it's super easy to just like release a song.
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't do that in the 80s, right? It's just
Yeah.
like you had to
Yeah.
release an album in the 80s, right? And like, yeah, there'd be like radio songs, but it's like to release a song, it's just like you go on the DistroKid and you say upload and it's there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
And it looks just as impressive. It's like, okay, somebody goes to find TUK on Spotify. It's like, oh, cool. Here's 2 little squares that they have. Like those 2
Yeah.
little squares are full ass albums. Like if we release singles, it makes it look like, oh, these guys are like, there's some legitimacy there too. And just like keeping people's attention. Like I would rather see a single or 2 from Metallica every year than an album every 5 or 6 years. Yeah.
Right. They're like, yeah.
They're slow.
So I'd like to again ask a question to the group here. I'm kind of juice is flowing over here. So which one we've
Speaking
talked
of
about? What's the most complicated song to play? What are each of your favorite songs to play?
that's a good question.
Mm.
Siren.
It's like picking.
Per your like respective And let's make it a
Shall
little
we
bit more like per your respective instrument. Like, what's your favorite song on bass? What are your favorite songs on guitar? And I'll even kind of throw one over to Andrew. Like, what's your favorite song to sing lyrically?
It's like picking your favorite kid. Like, you have one, but you're just
Yeah.
afraid that the other kids will find out.
I don't think the other songs have feelings. They make people feel, but I don't think they have feelings.
That's a good question. I do like singing Shot Me Down.
Sure.
It's a good song about justice. I also like singing Please Don't Leave Me Now. This is about my wife.
My wife.
This my wife, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like playing them all sort of equally.
That's a cop out, and you know it.
It kind of is.
Guitar wise, Rhonda. Dude, anytime I get to
Yeah.
play slide guitar,
Ronda's
hell yeah, brother.
I think when I was first learning all the music, I think Rondo was my favorite to learn because it's just like a balls to walls, just like rocking out for 4 minutes straight. It encapsulates musically like the imagery, right? It's like I think you could take the lyrics away and you'd still listen to it and be like, I'm riding a motorcycle right now.
I'm cranking
You know?
my
Hogs.
I think it's well written musically that way.
God bless.
Pants shit.
There's something about that open tuning where you can just kind of get the freedom to like,
As
oh,
a
I can
guitar
go
naturally.
anywhere and it's gonna sound right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan, I'm not gonna let you get scot-free on this one. What's your favorite tune? You can't say all of them.
I don't
You can't
know.
just send me notes in the chat. I know Chop's not here, and we need to manifest his presence, but like,
Yeah, I'm like looking at the set list we just played. And they're like all equally, like they're all like about the same difficulty to play, but in different, different respects.
Yeah.
But
Which-
there has to be one of them where you see it on the set list and you're like, yes, we're playing this.
But
All of them.
right, which
Like,
we've at like this hour seems to be the ones that like are the most
It-
fun to play.
oh, yeah.
This was probably the most solid hour that you
We
guys have
whittled
put
it
together.
down
It's
to
a-
like these.
I think the order was great. I
Yeah.
think the
Um,
flow was really good.
Yeah, I mean maybe I would another sort of cop out is any of them that are tuned down, like No Comp and Smoke and Rhonda.
dude,
Um,
okay, yeah. I only smoke that riff.
right.
Yeah,
Fucking
I think
right.
Smoke is my
It's
favorite
easy.
to hear live.
It's catchy.
Right.
It's yeah.
So
Slaps you in the face.
Alan played me that riff. I think it was before it had vocals. Maybe it had vocals. It was at the Island. You like played it through the PA. This was before
Oh,
I was in the band,
Sure.
and you were
Like
like
a demo,
yeah,
probably.
I don't even think it was. I think it was like you guys were working on the mix for it. It was
Sure.
before this. It was right before the single came out.
Sure.
And I like listened to it, and I was like, "Holy
Oh yeah.
shit, this is legit. This is
Yeah.
Shit
the mix was tight. Like the riff was
Sure.
fucking gnarly, and just
Like I think I remember that.
yeah. And
Melt
I was
face.
like,
That's
oh
amazing.
shit.
That's you guys?
I was like, well, because like I think you guys put a lot of work into it, and it's like you could hear that sonically in the mix, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd kind of like to continue
Nice
this
job,
train
Chop.
of thought here with like a follow up question, kind of along the lines. But when writing a song, like what's the order of things? Is it riff?
Yes.
Is it riff? Is it lyrics?
Yeah,
Is
th-
it
there's-
mixing?
there's no
Is it-
order.
Are there do drums come first? Do guitar comes first? Like what?
Depends.
Like
who you
generally
ask.
speaking,
Yeah.
like what is the order of operations of most of your songs?
Historically, like big picture, like the instrumental has come first, and the lyrics seem to fill up over the top. I've actually been experimenting with doing the opposite thing, but up to
Sure.
this point, like I don't know how you write. Usually, for me, it starts with a guitar riff,
Mhm.
and everything gets built around that, and then the lyrics are just kind of like
Yeah.
sprinkled over.
Which
the
I
top.
feel like is a pretty general
yeah,
even big bands are I think kind of seems to be like
the way
the riff and the song instrumentals come and then
yeah,
sort of the lyrics come after.
especially with like the hard the hard rock stuff. I feel like a lot of the
Yeah.
country dudes are like, oh yeah, it's about the song, it's
Yeah.
about the story, so the lyrics naturally come first.
And like 8 people write their songs.
Yeah.
So it's a slightly different process maybe, but
sometimes, yes.
They can.
yeah, like rock band.
But rock
metal
bands
stuff.
do too. So it's not just country artists.
But yeah, yeah, guitar riff, and then we all like can program our own drums at
Yeah.
home. So like,
We write Chop's parts.
kind of, sort of. I
I
mean,
mean, he writes his own in the recording process.
right. He puts his stuff on it, but like,
Yeah.
I think I've like laid back on the drum programming, like just to let Chop do
Yeah.
the drum thing. Sometimes, other things it's like he should probably.
Yeah, it's
This
like
is
a-
kind of this is the way it
is
should
how-
be.
Kinda wrote some of this
here's
around the rhythm.
Feel,
Right.
like, but like I've even on some of the stuff I've started, it's like I'm not putting fills in unless
Sure.
it's like a
Right,
oh
right.
I hear this specific thing.
I'm also bad at programming fills.
Yeah, they all sound like
Yeah,
bars.
I spent a fair amount of time, like essentially learning how to play drums, so I could
Oh yeah,
so I could program it.
yeah.
Like I've watched a handful of like Drumeo stuff and just to learn how to play drums,
Yeah.
so I could program.
Like
better.
the physical, like how is a drum set played, so I know my
Yeah.
limitations. Like I have 4 limbs. I
Four
can't
limbs.
play
Yeah,
certain things.
You are
Every-
not Neil Peart.
you're
Yeah.
not going to hear more than 4 single things at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 symbols. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Right.
just-
Pulls out the
Everything-
forbidden
everything
5-stick.
Yeah.
isn't like hard as possible. 127.
yeah,
MIDI.
changing
Yeah.
velocity in
Yep.
my drum programming is like
Yep.
one of the level up like
Why?
moments. It's like it shouldn't just be at the default 80% velocity that
Yeah.
Get Good thinks it should be.
So how during the songwriting process, how much contribution do each of you contribute so far to a song? I know Ty, you're still
0 so
relatively-
far. Yeah.
done
I ain't done
I
fucking
didn't do
shit.
fucking shit.
I
wanted
didn't do
to-
this.
dude. When like I wanted to make that reel so bad when the album was coming out. Like I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. And I didn't do fucking shit.
I forgot to turn that off.
Ben, we're not playing
Damn.
at Bad Flower anymore.
Damn it. We're doing it again next year.
Yeah.
May 30th.
Actually,
next
10
year.
year, whatever, 7 years from now, when
When this-
May 30th falls on a Friday again.
Right.
Mark your calendars.
Yeah,
Bad Flower doesn't even know.
yeah.
True. We're just gonna show. We're just gonna kidnap.
I
them
will
and then they're
say
gonna show up.
I like intentionally brought my stuff as like ideas that we could all workshop together. Because I wanted to be a band and
Actually, have all of us give a part.
right.
I tend to bring the final product. No, you're gonna play it like this, you dumb
Right,
bitch.
like, this is what it is.
I definitely want to experiment more with like, oh no, just like here's a single riff.
Sure.
That's what I've been trying to do more because like I've written songs in like with other bands and like when I was in high school and whatnot, like I used to be like that.
Yeah.
Where it was just like I didn't want to present an idea until I had a final idea.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is like a valid thought.
And I'm just like I don't like I want to cook it up and I want to serve the meal, right?
Yep.
I don't want to serve you just the appetizer, right? It's
Yeah.
like so I've been trying to break out of that mentality and as Alan's been like putting stuff in the drive, like I've like there's a couple things I've put in there that like I don't know if we'll do anything with, but it's just like a riff.
Yep.
Right? And it's just like 50 seconds long. It's like, an A riff and a B riff, to kind of hear some variety and like that's it. With like a basic drum part and bass part in it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's kind of how I want to write. Like I'm really excited to write with you guys, and that's
Hell
something I want to
yeah.
do.
Hell
And I want to
Yeah.
be more collaborative.
Yeah. Because I'm not good at making complete songs. Like I never have been. I've always been like a couple riffs and like then I don't know now what.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So
It's like I guess I'll do the verse, chorus, bridge, chorus.
Yeah,
chorus,
so, like,
it's like
it's fine for me to just bring like
Yeah.
a whatever unfinished idea because that's all my stuff is unfinished ideas.
Love it.
All 200 or whatever
Yeah.
riff number.
Lonely
I'm at.
Castle, riff 178. Dear
Um,
God.
well, and it's like it's a vulnerable thing, right? You're
Oh, yeah.
sharing a part of yourself,
Yeah. So,
right? It's like
yeah.
Yeah.
Even the stuff that I have in the drive, can be worked on or chopped up, and even song to song, we could put part this into this song and just
Write a breakdown for a different song.
right,
Yeah.
get crazy or yeah. So
Yeah. That kind of took me a while to get over the whole like letting go. Like I want to present you this final idea because this is how exactly how I want it to be. Like there was no room for like, oh, well, I think this riff should be like this. Like I'm like this last album, the Confrontations album showed me how to let go of that control a little bit. And then like it ended up being a 10 times better product because of it.
Right.
It's like, yeah, with all the new materials, like that's what I want to shift into. Is like, let's just like throw riffs at each other and see how it happens. Much excited.
Did you guys get this one? Are there any active covers you guys are still working on?
Ooh.
Covers?
Tuckamore.
Tuckamore.
Well,
or Green Tuck.
No, sir.
So after Tucktalica, I think there were some Metallica songs we wanted to record, and I feel like an asshole because I suggested it and then proceeded to not do any of the things.
God damn it.
Andrew did it right away
Yeah,
because like Top had the drum parts already, and it's like
I suppose to do like a
and
The
so
live versions.
Andrew had the guitar tracks like within the week of us talking about this idea. I think it was for
yeah.
Creeping Death.
Hell yeah.
And Andrew put all of the guitar
He
parts
sure-
in the
yeah.
drive, and like me and Alan just didn't.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot.
God damn it.
Totally forgot.
We still need to do that. I think it was Creeping Death. It was a Metallica tune.
So
There's
was
like a
released
Unforgiven,
that
maybe?
as like a live album, like Tuck
like
Metallica?
a live
Yeah.
EP. There's like 4 or
Yeah.
5 songs we did. I know there's
Yeah.
the one that we've had floating around for a while that I think would be good to actually release. Seek and Destroy.
The Seek one for sure. We should.
Oh,
would
yeah.
release.
yeah, sure.
I don't.
that around.
Yeah, I don't know how realistic it is to do the rest of them, but maybe.
Seek was real good. I heard that when you played at that bar up north, and that was
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, we did
Joey.
that one in Houghton, didn't we?
And also Houghton.
Oh,
we
you're
did.
talking about a different show.
Yeah.
That's before.
The one that Al
I don't
quit
think
on
you
us.
were. I don't think you were part of the
No, I wasn't. in
band
that.
yet.
Sorry,
I think
yeah.
this is the.
That was just-
That's,
that was that.
Was that
I
the
forget
Social,
name of the
right?
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the
Oh,
Social?
And Gillette.
Yep,
Gillette.
Gillette.
That was
out
the
by
first
Sean,
time Tim Funk heard us and was like, "These guys should do a Metallica cover show."
and then we did.
Foreshadowing.
And then we did.
And then they did.
And it
Which
was
then
awesome.
perfect segue into another question from Facebook. What would Tucktalica look like at Epic?
Cooler.
Let's say this about the same, but
Hell yeah.
more
cooler.
lights. lights
No,
that
More
move.
lights,
I don't know
more
about more
pit.
light. Yeah, I think
Lights that move.
having a GA crowd versus a
Yeah.
seated crowd is an entirely
Oh,
different
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Meyer is an awesome venue, and getting to play there was super duper cool. I think there's pros and cons about each venue, and I think doing it at Epic, you have just like people are inherently on their feet and dancing.
Show me
Whereas,
a
like-
fucking circle pit.
Yes.
Right.
Whereas like if you put a chair behind them, it's like yeah they might stand up for a song or two, but like people are gonna sit down
Right.
during the show, and it's
Where
like
they can't move.
If
you
prompted with a
lose some
seat
energy. Yeah, it's
over
like,
2 hours, I'm going to sit down at least a little bit.
Right.
Yep.
I do it when I go to like arena shows, right? It's just like I got a seat behind me. I'll sit for the slow one or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just like
Metallica plays Nothing Else Matters. My butt hits seat.
Right.
So-
and even like during what like that
I
was
think they
one of the
did.
like one of the cool parts about having seats is like during the slow songs people did sit down, but
Yeah.
then like as soon as like I remember one specifically like people sat down, but then as soon as the heavy parts start like you see all these motherfuckers start standing up again. It's
Yeah.
like okay, so there's an argument that like seated shows are cool at the risk of like, but I want you to like
Right.
move.
Move
and
I want you to
around.
run in a
Stop people.
circle for
Right.
me, please.
Yeah.
I want you to split
all
down
I
the middle
want.
and then run at each other as fast as you
I
can.
just want to see one circle pit at a Tuck show, and then I'll never ask for it ever again. Like one good
Sick.
one. There's got to be like bloodshed,
Yeah.
and then I'll be
Circle
done.
pit at
I
all
still
shows.
remember the one circle pit we did as the Four Horsemen at
Oh my
K-Fest.
God!
That was one of the Pantera songs or something. I
Walk.
think like Sam Bulk or Charles or something started
Just-
it, I think. And yeah, we had a little.
I remember that. I
Felt like
that
a
was
god.
a
yeah, yeah.
It was awesome.
that was a fucking
Dude,
show.
moshing
was-
is so much fun.
It is.
I
It's so
love
fun.
moshing. It's
Rip-
freeing.
rip
to just
OFG.
run into people.
Rip OFG.
I don't even know if it's still Ho House anymore.
I thought they tore it down.
I don't think they
It was
have
so
yet.
decrepit.
No,
I don't think they have
no.
yet, but
No,
I
it's
think
still-
there
it's
is
still there.
plans.
I
Rip.
drove. We were. I was up there.
Yeah,
Memorial.
you were just
Oh
up
yeah,
there.
that's right.
It's still there. There's some
Nice.
plywood bolted over the windows and doors, but
That might be just
That,
be
that,
behind
yeah,
the
that,
Pornhub
that's just
flag.
that's just a current college decor at
still
this point.
standing, still there.
We don't want you guys to see what we're doing in here. Nice.
Here's
Uh,
another one. Here's one in
yeah,
the
go
chat.
for it. Yeah.
Will you play any shows outside of Green Bay this year?
I hope so.
Yeah, I really hope so. Right now, we're not scheduled to, but like,
Yeah, you'll play
Probably,
Appleton.
you
Book
know,
us.
later in
You
the
know?
year, more than likely.
Wow.
More than likely.
Yeah,
Maybe.
summer is a bad time,
Yeah.
but
We want to play
we're
everywhere.
still up for Mile of Music.
Yeah.
We haven't heard
Yeah,
anything
true.
yet,
Yeah.
so we will.
We shall see about that
yeah, we'll see about that one.
Oh, Bob.
Did amazing on the harmonies. I'll second that.
Yeah.
You guys fucking killed it.
Harmonies were solid.
Good
Thank
shit.
you. Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if this was.
Ninth grade.
I don't know if this was your mom trying to post a link or not. But
Yeah, that's I caught
Probably.
that.
It's Twitch is probably.
I'm gonna
yeah, but
look it up.
usually it
I'm
doesn't
gonna
like
look it up.
start. It doesn't start like that. Usually it just says like it like just deletes the message. Unless
Look up
it's,
that look up that
Interesting.
video title on YouTube.
Yeah, because I see it there. I don't see it in the actual, like on my laptop stream. That's interesting.
See if that pulls up. If that's like the title of the video. If we pull that up
Just
on
triple
YouTube, will it?
asterisk.
See, if you're gonna watch this, I'm gonna go pee.
Oh,
I don't
come
want
on.
to be here for this.
No, no,
Ninth
you don't
grade.
get to leave.
Ninth
Oh,
Actually,
grade
sorry,
jazz
bathrooms are
band.
closed. I shut off the water.
I'm not.
it would
seeing
be.
it.
I would love to come out to Stevens Point in the fall. I love that town. I was starting to look. I gotta figure out who to reach out to at Brick House. Maybe we can see if we can get in there. But I want to like figure out if we can get a bill of bands because I feel like just us wouldn't work. I feel like that's kind of the other problem with scheduling shows is like you need to have multiple bands on a bill. Otherwise, it's really hard for just one band to show up at a place and do a show.
I was
It's
gonna
like
say.
Yeah.
And I
because
know.
places want to provide a 3-hour set at least, right? So like we don't have 3 hours of material, nor can we endure rocking balls to walls for 3 hours straight. You know,
Yeah.
That's for arena bands.
that's something.
That's for when you've got years into
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
Because like when I was in high school, we used to do like bar band cover sets for like 3.5 hours, and it's like you would take a
brutal.
couple breaks in the middle, but it's just like. As an audience member, that's a long time to have music
Yeah.
blasted at you, right? It's
Yeah.
like it's a, so having multiple bands on the bill, at least two, you get the break in the middle. It's like, I think that's the
Yeah.
other problem is finding other bands to play with. So it's like, if you know other bands that would be good on a bill with that maybe are bigger in the Point area, I think
I was
that
gonna say,
would
would
be
you
great.
reach out to Scorched?
Maybe
They're a little bit more
they're not
like
quite our genre.
yeah,
but those
they're a
guys
little bit
rock.
out of the
Yeah.
out of the genre, but
Yeah, Scorch Waves those are cool guys, and
You
know.
just need to make
I-
music of every genre so you can play with
So-
every band.
I just saw the other day they're doing like a festival up in Houghton or in Hancock actually at one of the old boatyards.
Oh.
And Motherwind is the headliner for it.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I was like, I saw that and I was like, wait,
when?
early August,
I got it. I have to see them.
or maybe
Early
it's like
August is a little
mid,
booked
maybe
up
it's
for
like
me,
well, I was
if
gonna
I'm
say
being
maybe it's mid July. I forget, but I did see it kind of going around earlier.
I got they're next on my list. What was the thing? Can't wait to see you guys play at the Rush someday. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I still have daydreams about that. Like a last minute cancellation. Oh, we got to get a shitty local opener. Who do we have? Oh, there's that TUK band.
It's those
Dude.
guys.
Getting
Hell
Facebook
yeah.
notifications for being live just now. What does that mean?
Huh?
That means that whoever it was, they literally just got the notification that y'all went live on Facebook.
No,
No, I think it's the TUK Post.
Bop it is.
It's probably because you've been looking at our like stuff online, so it's the thing that's going to show up at the very top of your Facebook feed.
Oh, the stories?
Because any time that TUK posts anything, I open up Facebook and that's the first thing that I see.
They haven't. Motherwind hasn't posted about the one up there yet.
No, I saw it. I saw it on
Yeah, they're like
through
all over the
some
place.
Toten people.
See,
Nice.
back to the earlier questions of other local Green Bay bands. I think I saw Motherwind and Trash Pandas just played a
Yeah.
song,
I was
gig
pretty
together.
jealous about
Good.
that one.
It was really fun to play with Sons of Kong and Smoke Free Home. I would love
Yeah.
to do that show
Dude.
again. Those guys were cool to play with.
Both those bands fucking rip.
Or,
I'm still like thinking about that guitar tone from Smoke Free Home.
Dude, right?
It's thick.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Maybe
Yeah,
you could
'cause he
get
was-
them to go to Stevens Point.
Yeah, that's possible. I think they're from Oshkosh, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Playing the what's the spot Reptile Room in Oshkosh? Would be
Yeah.
cool. I want to play there.
That'd be cool.
I think it'd be cool to play some shows in Milwaukee. There's a place in Madison, the Annex. That'd be cool to play. I don't know if you guys have heard of that spot.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're High Noon Saloon material. I don't know that we're.
Yeehaw. Cowboy Jack.
It's not Brother.
So no, because of your guys' line of work, your perspective on concerts changed. Oh, but how has performing in a band affected each of you when you go to see a band you like perform? To see a band you like perform.
It's like homework.
Well, it's
A little bit.
it's hard to turn that part of your brain off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even going to any like venue or whatever, it's like my first thing is, well, okay,
What
PA do they
boxes?
got? What's
Yeah,
the
oh,
rig?
yeah, what
What
is
are-
rigging
what
such
boxes?
stick?
Yeah.
It's
Who
like-
hung this?
What are they working with here?
Yeah, what's the floor package look like? I
Right.
wonder
Yeah.
what that's gonna do. What kind of fixtures are
Oh, hey,
those?
How much does the beer cost?
That's
That's a
true.
big
That's like-
tragic.
That's a
Well, that's before you even get to the stage.
Right.
It's like you should just
Fair
stop it.
$14.
Fucking the rave. I think I paid like 18 or 20 for a Jack and Coke.
yeah. When
Yeah.
we went a couple times, been to the rave. It's like 2 beers was like $20. or
20
something.
plus.
Epic for a
$20+.
mixed drink was $9.
And then
It
they
was
have the
Hell yeah.
audacity,
Hell yeah.
audacity to ask you for a tip too.
Yeah.
Epic is awesome. Their drink prices are pretty
Yes.
reasonable.
Yeah.
They're like pretty normal bar prices.
They are Lambo area bar prices. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like a Malibu and pineapple just because I panicked when I got up there and wanted a drink.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. I think
And
the
it was $9. Like that's,
Yeah.
I think
and I even tipped. She earned it.
they even
Yeah,
they
that's
even
reasonable.
they even have some pretty good specials. Like
Yeah.
they'll run for some of the bigger shows. They'll run like a special. They're usually always pretty. They're like pretty basic,
Yeah.
but they're usually
Yeah.
pretty good.
I think one of the cool things about Epic too is like, for those who don't know, the guy who like owns Epic is also the guy who owns Festival Foods. So he has
Skogan?
like so many resources in the like grocery business. So there's an Epic beer, there's Epic pizza, there's Epic
beer.
wines.
Oh,
So
the
it's
red
like
wine.
Yeah, the Epic Lager, Epic Red,
Epic beer is
Red.
good.
See,
The
the-
Epic wine's great with pizza.
It was
So
pretty
when
good.
they
With
host
pizza.
all these,
With
like,
the
pretty
Epic
alright.
I
pizza.
didn't
Oh, yeah.
have the wine, but you know, and it's like and they're like decent products, but it's like it's cool that they can brand their stuff in that way. I think that's super cool.
So like when they host those like eat on the mezzanine things, like that's all like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's Skogan using his festival connections.
Maybe that I don't know about.
Yeah.
But at least like the food branding stuff, I think that's part of how. I don't know if like I don't think Skogan necessarily directly did that, but I think just because they're like related to festival foods that they have those connections in that industry.
I also
Epic
know
the
for
pizza, Epic the wine, Epic
Yeah,
the
it's
flamethrower.
kind of like
The
it's kind
kids
of like
love that
Spaceballs
one.
merchandising, right? But like,
Merchandising.
that's not something that the Rave is doing. That's not something
Right.
that the Sylvie's doing. You don't see the Sylvie pizza. You
Well-
don't see the Sylvie beer, right? It's like, but
I
Epic
don't want to
does
see the Sylvie beer.
that, right?
It's just
But
the
the,
trough.
Piss water, brother.
No, they just take the bar mat and dump it into a cup, and then like pour like hams on top of it.
it's not
Would you
ham.
try the forbidden jungle juice, brother?
Yeah,
But
three
the,
double
uh,
mixers for 27. Yeah, that's a decent for
that's
like.
pretty solid.
that's
But
very
I know
reasonable.
when they rent out the like Epic as just like a space. If you want catering, they do it through C Cup, like any of the food
yeah.
stuff that they do at C Cup. I see because I've seen a couple of them come over and they're in like their C Cup like uniforms.
Have you guys ever gotten the opportunity to see any of the comedy acts over there? Like how?
Oh,
well
yeah.
Like I've only ever been there for like live music, but how well? Is it
I've
set up
worked
for-
most of
pretty
them.
I say it's pretty good for comedy for sure.
Yeah.
It's like they bring out tables. It's pretty well spaced out.
Yeah.
It's a decent stage for it.
Yeah.
It gets a little echoey, but I
really
try to
wanted
get
to
I try to get that
see-
out as much as I can. But
Brad Williams, I really.
Oh,
wanted to
it's-
see.
oh,
Yeah.
I
totally
was
missed
sad
that
that,
one.
but
Sad
that's
I
not
missed
quite
that
the
one.
same as like the epic or the comedy stuff that they have been doing.
Oh, like
that's just like
regular-
a true.
But even like Carrot Top there, I worked his show. That was funny as shit. Andrew Dice
I was gonna say
Clay.
Andrew Dice Clay
like,
was-
The
he
Dice
was
Man.
Yeah.
funny.
I did the Hodge
Jack and Jill
twins.
went up the
Hodge
hill with
twins.
75 cents each. Jill came down with $1.50. Whore.
Yeah, it's a they could get bigger comedians for sure.
So it's September 6th is the thing in it's actually in Dollar Bay. It's called Bash at the Bay.
I actually was very disappointed. I didn't know Michael Winslow would perform or did one of
Yeah,
his bits. over
I
there, but-
I worked
be able
his.
to do
That
I
was
would love to have seen
pretty
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Although running everything through running all the effects and everything through one channel coming into my board was
Great.
a time.
I don't
Like
have
he
anything
was
that
like one of
weekend.
the first comedians, or like like to really like rock the full like.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
is my pedal board.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like as far as the whole like going to see bands and like homework thing, it's like for me, it's fun seeing what I get like connected to with other bands. Like, oh, the thing you said between songs, or like the way you present yourself on stage. Like that's all just like information coming in. Like, oh, that worked and I liked it. Or I resonated with it. Oh, I'm not really sure about that part. No one freaking cares.
Yeah.
Stop talking. Like that's like there is like a little bit of like information gathering and homework. But then also knowing that what works for some bands doesn't work for other ones too.
Yeah.
So like, oh yeah, like working at Lighthouse and being able to see as many bands as you do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you just, I feel like you get that information 10 times as
See,
fast.
I was
So that's an advantage, definitely.
right. I do all that while I'm working.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when the very few times I pay to go to a concert, I try and turn it off
Yeah.
as best I can.
And even like seeing like the technical things, like, oh, how fast did it take them to load in? What cool thing did they have that helped them like become a logistically, technically better band? Like that's why we can get up and make noise in less than half an hour. It's like we've watched what works and what doesn't.
We've done the things over and over and over.
What
So, yeah,
band?
it's an advantage, I think.
So like along that lines, what band from like a technical presentation perspective do you feel like you've learned the most from? Whether it's like we really shouldn't do this, or like, hey,
Cover
this is
bands.
a really great idea. We need to
Stop.
incorporate
Yeah.
this.
Talking.
Say cover bands or like older acts that are maybe like past the arc of their prime. They like to talk a long time
The
between
banter.
each song, just like a story or just
There's a time and a place for it.
whatever
Get
the
on
hell.
with it.
Get on
It's like seriously, they play 90 minutes, but it's maybe
originals.
Yeah.
50, 60 minutes of actual music, and the rest is talking.
Yeah.
Which like
The other weekend at rehearsal, Jimmy pulled
Right.
out a bottle of. I was like, oh my
in
god.
1978 when I wrote this for whoever, and
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Like-
sure there's like 10 people in that audience that care, but
which
like,
like maybe that flies for the older audience that are watching.
I was just say for maybe some of the people who like the people who've been around to like have the interesting stories that they might not have heard,
The interesting
but like
stories.
yeah,
But they're
Yeah.
like not interesting.
it's deciphering which stories are worth
Yeah,
telling
that
and which
shit
ones
bothers
should
me.
just be like bar stories.
I
And
like
that just takes time.
yeah.
It takes experience.
I like bands that like tell jokes on stage. Like that's like maybe that's just like the Blink in me.
Oh, sure.
Like if you've ever
Oh, yeah.
listened, so like back in like the late '90s, Blink released like a live album called the Mark, Tom, and Travis Show, and that album is like a main source of inspiration for like what I like in a concert, because they're like between songs they're just telling the dirtiest fucking jokes, and they're like they're not even like talking about the songs, they're not telling stories, they're just like cracking jokes and like trying to make each other laugh. And I think it's a cool like lighthearted goofy environment, and it's like I don't know that it necessarily fits what we would do. I don't think that's a direction that Tuck needs to go necessarily, but
Yeah.
like I think loosening up the crowd in that kind of way is kind of fun. And
Connecting with them is fun.
yeah,
I did not get to pet the shelter dogs at Epic. and I'm a
No.
little
I
sad
did.
about it.
I wanted to.
I seen them.
I think
I,
one
yes,
of the
I saw them.
I think one of the funniest things I've ever seen a front man do. It was Metallica and down in Madison, and James Hetfield's like, "Man, we even got kids here. What's your name?" And the kid shouts his name.
What's
up
your
in
name?
front. And he's like, "Shut up! You're kidding me." The kid's name was James Orion,
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god.
and it was the funniest. It was just the funniest thing seeing James like,
Yeah.
"Are you shitting?"
James has some good banter.
He's got
Or-
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Other times
Yeah.
it's like, holy shit, dude.
like
Like what? What is
maybe
he?
the
like,
older.
There was the one, I forget what show it was now because we've seen them 5-6 times. Like they still don't know how to end the song "Wherever I May Roam." So like just at the end, he's just like, after 30 years, we'll eventually figure out how to finish it. And it was like, oh god, James, just roll the track.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's great.
I think keep your banter to like 30 to 60 seconds, and then
If that.
keep her moving.
You're right.
60 seconds sometimes is
That's a
like an
long-
hour. Like
that's a
10
long-
seconds talking seems.
It's. I think.
Sometimes
Yeah. There's a.
There's a line.
There's a
I like
line.
it. I personally like it when there's good banter.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
I
yeah.
really like it when the band's like, we're human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I enjoy the banter a little bit more than say you guys do. Like
Yeah.
for me, but like 60 seconds, like Come on, time to move. Let's play a few songs in a row here. We can get back to witty banter.
Yeah.
Yeah, something I don't know. I don't know how we implement it, like, or if it's maybe the way to go. But like, can me and Alan also provide banter, right? Like, because I think
Sometimes.
I don't want like but I don't like it.
There is also like that, like
You're the
I
front
get-
man, right?
sure.
You should be leading that charge, right? So it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to, like, oh, why is the fucking bass player talking now? Like,
But-
there is
sit
like
down,
that
right?
cover band threshold of like, oh, everybody talks the same amount. It's like, oh my god, guys.
Well,
Yeah.
banter within. Well, like you start
Yeah.
talking, but then there's some kind of conversation between the three of you at some point.
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
Flower when they had that technical hiccup where it's like you didn't. I didn't play this.
I think
I
that was
saw that.
intentional.
Playing this song, and then it's
I don't-
like
I don't
I
think
got
it
the
was.
monitor guy on my ear. He screwed it up. All right, this time for real. And he was kind of roping in other people.
Fucking 30. That's a
That
good
song's
song.
So good.
That is. Yeah,
It
that's a
reminded me
pretty
of
good
the Killers.
Yeah, a little bit with like the clean
Yeah.
guitar.
Yeah. That's
The Killers are good. That's a show I want to see again.
I think it's funny bands are stating like Metallica when they play two sets back to back, it's not repeated songs. I don't know if Tool caused that when they played two sets and they were repeated sets. Oh yeah,
I
that
think
did.
that happened long before Tool.
The
but yeah.
thing that
Yeah.
they just did,
Yeah.
their little resort getaway thing.
Played
Yeah.
the same 9 songs.
So
each
Metallica's
time.
been
Right.
doing the back to back thing for at least a year and a half.
Since
They're on their third
Say,
tour
since
of
the
it.
album came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I think when
Yeah.
you have a discography as deep as
Oh, yeah.
Metallica's, that's
You're
kind of
right.
what you have to do.
13, 14 albums.
Right, 40
Yeah.
years of music.
And you only played not just like one of them.
I know. I
And they did
think
that by
I-
request.
Bullshit.
maybe, yeah.
Too.
I
Maybe-
remember I was going through the entirety of their discography between it was last.
A lot.
What was it? What was it last?
It was like a drive home, wasn't it? or
Well, so
something?
yeah, so it was the drive home of Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I barely got through half of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's 4+ hours back, or 8 hours round trip.
Yeah.
Which band
Say-
was this?
Metallica.
Metallica.
I was just going through their discography, like top
Each
to bottom.
album's about an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Shit, how many albums does Iron Maiden have at this point?
I don't know.
When I see, like, because like Metallica will post their set lists after every show or whatever on social media, it's like when they do the shows that are just one night, I'm like, man, I'd be kind of disappointed.
Right.
I would have wanted
At this
to hear
point,
more.
right.
Say maybe sort of hot take. I wish they would play more of a varied of set
B-sides.
list. Yeah,
Yeah, because like the two different sets are still like the same set,
Right.
pretty much.
and they've been pretty.
Just have that many hits.
It's the same like 25
It's
songs.
the same sort of songs that they do all
Yeah.
tour, and like also I get that production, the back end side. It'd be real hard to have 100 songs on cue. How much
Right.
Oh,
content
100%.
Right.
they would need to
Oh,
have
yeah.
like 100 songs worth of
Yeah. Oh, the guys want to play a
Video and-
B-side. We have to have something
Yeah.
to put
the
up
lights
on the...
and the video that go along to it.
Yeah, back is like, back to kind of Jacob's question about like, what do we appreciate as a band? It's just like all the back end work that it takes to like
Yeah.
present a song.
Yeah.
It's like, depending on the band, it's like some bands can kind of just do that, right? But I think when you have all the visuals and the
A
lighting and
time coded show.
all the stuff that
Tracks.
needs to kind of, I think it was the not to go back to Blink, but like their bassist was talking on one of their streams one time about like, it's like I appreciate that you guys want me to add this song into the set list, but like in the middle of the tour, it takes like at least like a week of notice for me to tell the crew, hey, I want to add this song to the show for them to like figure out at least just something we can do for it, right?
Right.
It's like it's so hard to just add songs into a set when you're at that level.
I made the comment to Andrew after the Epic show. We were all sitting there in the green room. And I'm like, holy crap! There's a small army of people here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's just for you four.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
There's
just
4
for you
dudes
guys.
up on stage, and there's like 1, 2, all of our significant others, Jacob.
Management.
Brandon, Paul, like just shy of. I'll round it up. There's 10 people for the 4 of us to put on a show like that.
And
Like-
I'm just the landlord. I just
Right.
store your stuff, half your stuff at this point.
Right. Like when we did our stream, whatever that was, a couple of years ago. Now
Oh,
that we do it weekly,
warehouse.
it's nuts to think about. Yeah, that was probably a 10-person crew because then it was video that took 2-3 people
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's a small army to make
And then
this.
the final conversion just onto the stream took my whole ass
Oh
desktop.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it does a lot. It takes a village.
Yeah.
Small army.
I do love though, like when bands like have a repertoire that's big enough that they're so like One of my favorite bands of all time is the Ava Brothers, and they play a different set pretty much every night in every city, right? And it's like that is crazy. Like they'll play like some of the hits over and over again, but like
I think Pearl Jam is also like that.
Pearl Jam,
They don't.
yeah. When I saw Pearl Jam, they played Yield all the way through, which was like wild.
Yeah.
Just like randomly decided to play one of their early albums just all the way through.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's like I think that can be a draw if that's part of your brand, right? And it's like you're trying.
You gotta bite the bullet to be able to do that regularly, basically.
It takes a lot of upfront work, but it can be kind of freeing to just be like, I feel like playing this tonight.
Yeah.
When you've been doing it that long and when you have that much material, right? It's like,
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna do tonight. You know.
So I'll kind of along that line. You know, we've been talking about these larger touring acts. You know, if TUK were to scale up to a larger touring act, do you guys feel like you have a solid? I know this is like maybe years down the line, could be next year. You never know. But do you feel like you have a solid base by which to build off of, not just like from a content song wise, but from like sheer logistics?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like
I think we're pretty fucking close.
Honestly, if somebody called us up tomorrow and was like, "Hey, open for Gojira for the next 6 months,"
Yeah.
hey, that would fucking suck for the next 6 months.
So,
But
yeah,
like, we are not that far off.
It could happen in a hurry.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know I ditch my non-existent job and go on tour as a stagehand.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like a couple different levels of how we could do it.
Yeah.
Like we could just rely on house engineers and be the opener that way.
Yeah.
Which is like cheapest way to probably do it. Only bring our back line and be at the mercy of whatever sound guys are there that day.
Yeah.
Or we could be, which we are very close to being fully, truly self-contained.
Yeah.
And bringing all our own stuff.
We have a lot of shit. Take a look around.
What do you?
Can confirm.
It just
Yeah.
costs money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
But I think we're close. You know, I think
Yeah.
you know, us again having the background that we do.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing. Like the when we got the tracks ready together, I was like kind of blown away at like kind of how easy it is.
Yeah.
Like it's not like not to belittle all the work that we've put into it. Like it takes a lot of work, but like the parts of it are pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's an audio interface and a computer and a DAW, and it's like
But it's the knowledge to know how to put all that
Yeah.
stuff together
Yeah.
and make it
It's
work.
it's knowing how all of it works together
Oh,
and
yeah.
how
Yeah.
you can get it to do what you want it to do.
And then the more important part is like when it fails, what do you do then?
yeah.
Like
And also having that knowledge.
that's the part I always
Yeah.
want to like be able to hang on to. Is like, yeah, we have the tracks, and we like I feel like the tracks always add a certain gloss over it. It's like if we don't have it, that's fine. Like we should still
So if you
we
guys
should
did-
still play rock and roll. Damn it!
So if you guys did get called up like tomorrow, and you had like say like a month to figure it out, could you do it?
Probably.
Logistically, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it depends.
You can take this job and shove it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of elements besides just the gear.
Oh,
and
yeah.
could we physically do it?
Yeah.
That go into that decision, but
Physically, I don't know
Yeah.
if I could tour.
Because we'd have to
You
Freaking
need that
broken.
Dr. Scholes.
Yeah.
rent a van. and
there's
a-
so
Ugh.
like touring is
And
like the logistics of touring are
Oh
insane.
no, if we're touring, we're getting a bus. Fuck that
Right,
15
no.
passenger van bullshit.
right to the bus.
I will send all of my profit towards a bus.
If you've got 30 grand a week, yeah, we can have a bus.
Hell
Sure,
yeah.
why not?
I'll buy one.
There you go.
Yeah,
Dude, I've
okay,
seen a
here's
couple
like
on Facebook
200
Marketplace.
Or even like a nice RV.
Oh,
I
there
would
you go.
settle for a nice RV.
You know,
That's
you
only
would
like
think
100 or
that,
so,
Yeah, I
but
did
like
the RV tour thing once.
I did it for a week and I hated it. Well, I didn't hate it, but I was like,
The RV was the worst part.
yeah.
So you could get like the RV, get a trip. What do they call them? It's the RVs that like have the little garage like built into the back of it.
Oh,
It's
God,
like a toy. I think they call them a toy hauler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then you could combine that with a trailer.
That's how you get the
Have a
motorcycle.
good night, Boppy
Getting,
Boopy.
like 3
Boppy.
gallons.
Nighty
to the mile.
night.
Thanks for hanging. Bop it,
Scroll,
booby.
Yeah,
scroll up
thanks for
once.
the
There was
questions.
a,
Yeah, Sass had something.
Yes. Sess had a
In the words of your lyrics, I hope you had the time of your. Oh my gosh, you're quoting my lyrics. I'm gonna cry. I definitely had the time of my life, and I was stoked to see you live. Thanks for being so. Aww.
Well, you're
We were stoked to see you there. It was a fucking awesome time.
It
It
was-
was so cool.
in real
Too
life.
fun.
it's cool. It's cool to put faces to
Yeah,
words.
Absolutely.
That
Yeah,
was
it
one
was
of the
really-
coolest
yeah.
parts. Like getting to see our normal, like regular streamers in person and getting to meet them.
Yeah, like
that's
yeah,
the best.
after
frickin-
chatting with you online for like a month and then just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
seeing that was really
IRL.
cool.
So
IRL.
what were you guys feeling when you like I know like I purposefully waited to kind of see what would happen, but like going to the merch table and there's people walking up like sign my stuff and can
Oh.
I take a picture with
Yeah.
you?
Feel like a freaking rock star.
I was
It's so
exhausted.
fun. Like
I
just
was-
getting energy off of people that like clearly because of the music that we play, it makes a difference in their life enough for them to step into tension to like want to meet you.
Yeah.
Like
It's
that's
hard to
good
meet
stuff.
people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Bobby.
I think I think you guys did really good like meeting and greeting
That's one of the easiest
fans.
parts.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was super fun for me to like watch those interactions take place.
Oh yeah. Bob, 2-question option. Have there been any fisticuffs over the last beer? Are there plans for a new album? Take your pick.
No,
No, I don't think so.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We don't really drink a lot of beer. We're mostly liquor folks.
Straight liquor.
Straight liquor. If anybody steals my patties, there
Yeah.
will be fisticuffs.
Nice.
Like old fashioned, like wrist up and everything.
I like a
Yeah,
good
put them
beer,
up, Shay.
Yeah.
can
Plans
dig
for
a
a new
good
album. We kind of mentioned this before. I don't think there's like a big draw to another like full length album, but definitely some more material in the hopper, like in the singles,
An
maybe
EP.
an EP. Yeah, like that's coming down the line. I feel like
Yeah.
quicker than we wanna
Well,
give
Yeah.
energy to.
My big thing is like, I don't want to record another album unless someone else is paying / recording it,
Yeah.
like a real studio or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would
I
be
don't
fun
know.
to do that whole experience. I think would
Yeah.
be cool. Even if it was like a hey, I keep seeing on TikTok like bands that rent cabins for a week.
Sure.
I would love
And,
to
like,
do
that. That would be so freaking
Destination.
fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Renting a house for
What
like
was
a
that?
week.
What was
Hell
that
yeah.
place you rented for your wedding? That'd be a cool place to.
Oh yeah, we couldn't. We
Ooh.
could not rent that for a week. But yeah, along those lines of like, yeah, let's make this an experience.
Let's
Like-
go out in the middle of nature, get some good Wi-Fi, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No Wi-Fi.
Land a
Heck
record
that
deal.
shit. Get that record
I don't
deal.
think record deals exist anymore.
I'm not convinced they do.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah,
Someone has to.
gotta.
Let's go to Canada. Maybe they exist up there.
There, yeah.
I don't know. I think it would be nice to live in that world. I don't know.
Live in what world?
To like actually like work in a studio.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it's really cool that home recording has come so far.
Yeah.
Also that.
Anyone
yeah.
can record anything anywhere and make a song. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Sure
it's
can.
just you need a little bit of technical know how to do it, but like, you know,
Yeah. There's definitely still some room for like you still need to know what you're doing.
yeah,
Like yeah, all the tools are there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine that recording vocals would be a little bit more finicky about where and when you do it.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's the easiest part.
Really,
I
You don't-
think.
I thought you would need like the
All
the
close mic.
wall muffling or whatever, like the.
If
There's
for the
there's a lot of
yeah.
there's a lot of things that can help with that now,
Yeah.
especially just technology.
I think
Oh, yeah.
drums are the hardest thing to capture.
Yeah.
Well,
Like real drums.
to do it
yeah.
that in a pleasantly sounding fashion.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Did you guys record drums here for an album?
One
song.
song, yeah.
Smoke.
Smoke. Yeah. Smoke
We-
drums were recorded in this basement.
We redid a smoke. Yeah,
How'd that go?
You tell me.
it's whatever's on
So
the
you,
album.
you,
Yeah.
you can listen to it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the thing is, chop sample replaced like all the shells, snare kick all the times.
Yeah.
And then
When I
probably
learned that was a
metal.
thing, it blew my fucking mind.
Oh yeah. What do
I
you
was like,
mean?
what?
Yeah,
You can
it's a-
just do
yeah.
that?
It's a thing.
But like bands been doing that forever, right? It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Rick Beato does some cool like mix breakdowns, and there was one. Yeah, I think it was Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I was like, this song came out in 2004, and he isolated the snare, and he's like, that's definitely like a layered sample in there. It's like that's not just the snare. There's no way it sounds that good.
How do you
And I was like, what?
Good old white noise.
Yeah, so
I was like, that's a thing. Yeah.
now natural drums are almost like a
like a plebe.
special thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
that's for the bedroom.
almost unheard
garage
of. I feel
bands.
like.
Yeah,
I think there's some cool raw sounds in that.
Well, or you just
It
have
depends
to
on
be,
what you're going for.
the room you record in has to be excellent,
yeah,
and the drummer has to be excellent, consistent, hard hitting.
yeah.
Because Periphery's albums are all natural drums.
Dang.
That's insane.
Right, which is fucking insane.
Wow.
But like I said, the rooms
actually
they pick are also good. And the drummer is like insane. And when you have those two things,
Yeah.
you
Chop,
can,
get
do
good.
that.
Make it
Um,
sound good
Chop
in
is
this
an
basement.
Chop is an excellent drummer.
But like,
Oh yeah,
it's
faux show.
real hard to do that otherwise.
Yeah.
Even in the warehouse when we recorded,
Oh yeah,
Could you imagine miking up like all of Neil Peart's drums?
I try.
they
not
must
to.
have.
They had to have
Fun
some
fact:
point.
they're all sampled.
It's actually been a drum machine this whole time.
I mean,
Yep.
Nobody's that good.
The human drum machine.
did you guys have triggers on the shells when you record them, or
No.
did you just
I think it's
sample
all,
replace the?
all in post.
Chopped
I don't know what he uses. Like if Logic has its own drum sampler.
I think you use Superiors.
Okay.
I saw
used- I
something.
used Drumagog a couple of years ago.
Sure.
That shit's the
Mm-hmm.
bomb.
Something I saw that's really cool, like that the 21 Pilots drummer does live, is he's got MIDI triggers on his shells that control the gate.
Yep. Yep.
On his like tom mics and his snare mics.
That's a thing for sure.
So it like it feels the hit
Yeah.
and
Yep.
it opens up the gate
Yep.
because the response is so fast.
And you could sidechain to that gate.
Wow.
Right,
Yes.
you sidechain it.
Yes.
That's
For
cool.
sure.
For those of us
That
not in
blew
the
my mind.
industry, English, please.
There's a little sensor on the drum head that you can when you hit the drum, the electric signal from the sensor goes so quickly it can go into a computer and tell the microphone that's on the drum to turn on. So it catches the
That's
drum.
Ridiculous.
Is that just to prevent like
Cymbal
outside
bleed,
bleed,
yeah.
bleed,
Yeah,
outside
just- right. Well,
contamination?
'cause
for lack
you
of a better
have-
term?
Exactly.
You have
Yeah.
10 mics on a kit. They're all going at once, all picking up things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you really only want the one thing to be heard. Like you don't want you
Through
don't want the
that
tom mic picking up because it's also at a weird angle of everything else, so it doesn't sound that pleasant
Yeah.
like tom
Yeah,
mics.
the rest of the stuff, yeah.
You know, so you really want the tom mic going when the tom's hit. So that's what the gating is. It's only on when you hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Type stuff.
Oh, to have infinite money.
Yeah.
Also
Well,
that.
and
Yeah.
it also burns up channels on a
Yep.
console.
Right. That's
Yeah.
the other thing.
So you double your inputs on a drum kit.
Oh,
Well,
I
and-
suppose.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're still XLR inputs.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
so the
and-
sensors are an XLR input that basically triggers something in the
Yes.
console to
Yes.
turn
Yeah.
on for X amount of seconds or
Wow.
Well,
X
and-
amount of
I think
milliseconds?
I think his might have been MIDI.
Because
I don't-
some people, that's how some bands live use triggers for their sounds, and not
They just
the
use it for the
actual
straight
drums.
sound, not as like an activation of the mic.
Yeah, because like if you see drummers with like drum pads, you know, some of those will be
Oh, the
like
Chaos pad.
loaded up with samples that you can
Mhm.
hit. That'll like trigger whatever sound you want. You know, your bass drop, your clicks, your snaps,
Yeah.
or whatever. And like what you could do is you could put one of those sensors on an actual drum, and you know you're hitting it on stage, but it could trigger a sound if you wanted it to. Right.
Yeah, those little those little hex pads or whatever.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think are just the neatest thing. Load them up with samples.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
And they can also trigger the tracks. Right?
Have you
China.
China. Have you made it through all the or the Facebook
Yeah.
questions? Okay.
Yeah, I was
think
gonna
so.
say
They
we're
may have
at
done
like
that.
2 hours here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was
Probably-
like,
We
I was gonna
talked
kinda,
a lot more
wrap
than
this
I ever
motherfucker
thought
up.
we would.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to get cut at like a little bit over an hour, but then
I thought we were
we've now
gonna
been
get to
here for
7:30.
2.
Yeah.
I thought for sure this was gonna be like 20 minutes of like, what do we even talk
Yeah.
about?
Now
We've
what?
never done this, so
Yeah.
I'm.
But it's the fact that
pleasantly
it's the fact that we've never done it. That's it's
Yeah.
like now there's an opening of
Yeah.
chatting, just sitting here and chatting.
well, it doesn't
How's-
doesn't hurt that one, y'all have great chemistry as it is.
Yeah.
So you all riff off of each other. You have a pretty active chat, and if worse comes to worse, I'm sitting here just thinking of random questions off the top of my head. If I
Yeah.
think of something,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah, and that's been great. Yeah.
Well-
that's been
I mean, the more people you shove in a podcast room, the more conversation you're gonna have.
We are like white men, so therefore.
Yeah, we
This is
are
our
very
podcast.
qualified for podcasts.
we're not starting a podcast.
White men don't seek therapy; they start
We're
podcasts.
not
Right.
starting a
So
podcast.
therefore, we
this
need
is a
podcasts.
one-off
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Too off thing.
It might happen a couple more times, but not as often
You say
as
this
you know,
is a
some people.
one-off, you're gonna do it again.
You guys did come prepared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you
guys.
That was
Yes.
so fun to field live
I was
questions.
gonna say, how was that overall for everybody that's watching?
Was it
Everybody
good
that's
for
Was
hanging
it
out?
worth the subscription?
No,
Oh.
Did
Rip.
you come?
I'm gonna come.
Was it as good for you as it was for us?
It's our first time, so please be gentle.
It's my first time.
What? Yeah. How did
Is there,
how the
how,
hell
how
did
do
we
we
end this
this
thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just, we don't
Any
have a bunch of
finishing
we don't
remarks
have a
you
bunch of shit
wanna
to
say?
like bang on.
Right.
You just like go.
just oh god. I don't.
We all just moan into the mics. And
I absolutely hate it. Thank you so much. You guys 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'm actually just gonna stay at this as if I'm screaming. So you guys better moan or do something.
me
It's
talk
gonna be
about
super
my
weird. This is a
obsession
great
with trains
format.
now.
If you're gonna enjoy the stream, dropping a
I
follow
like
would be greatly
trains.
appreciated. All
I like
cars fine.
turtles.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to look too hard when we're live again.
Rip headphone
Wow.
users.
Rip headphone users. Get it right in your ears.
Are we doing the
Oh,
thing?
that's right.
God.
Whoa.
Do you guys want to start a cult?
Let's do it. Let's do it
Make
right
a
here.
mid,
Do
let's
it right
make
now.
a mid-level marketing scheme.
Yeah.
It could be
Thank you so much, Rich. We'll see you next
This has been
week.
sponsored by
Okay.
Voice.
Hey, let's go. I didn't.
You had the time of your life. To think there was a time when we were satisfied with the animals we created inside. I wrote the songs in stereo, added 3 more rings to a one-man show, dropped the tuning and the bow I used to put on top to soften the blows of bombs I couldn't drop. I think there's something to say about the way the cool kids look to me. Desire to stoke the fire they kept alive in a harsh reality. What is he doing here? Living 4 or 5 days a year. Is the life that you wanna live sacrificed for a salary and a career? Are you ready to be confronted by stories and tales of my own? Are you ready for me to show you how a healthy heart can heal alone? I'm dying to ask the question, is this what you wanted? Are you ready to be confronted? To spit straight facts in your face, there's a time and a place, not now, but we'll let you know. So you went in too hot and you didn't know a lot. Looky here, now you're back on Allegheny Road. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that stepping back makes you weak while you seek a fit unique.